morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from Don Roddy Field in Bellevue, Nebraska, we bring you day number 3 of the opening round of the 2023 NAIA National Baseball Tournament. The Bellevue bracket unfolding before us over the last couple of days. 4 teams started in this opening round regional. The number 1 seed, Bellevue Bruins. The number 2 seed, Doane University Tigers. The number 3 seed, Oklahoma City University Stars. And the number 4 seed, Grandview University Vikings. Grandview went 0-2 in the tournament. They're the first team out. We have 2 games on the schedule today. The first game, this elimination contest between the Oklahoma City Stars and the Doane Tigers. Each of these teams 1-1 thus far in the tournament. The winner will stay alive to advance and play again today at 3:30 against the host team, the number 1 seed Bellevue University Bruins, who are currently 2-0 in the championship round. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone doing the play-by-play, joined today by Adam Watts. Adam, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me here today.
Adam, former college baseball player at Mid-America Nazarene University down in Kansas, and he's a frequent helper at Bellevue University, especially during the basketball season at the scorer's table there. So you heard a little bit yesterday online. What were your impressions from afar?
Yeah, from afar, I tuned in mainly to the Bellevue game and saw just some really good baseball and some really heads down, not afraid to swing the bat by any means. So really excited to see this matchup between Doane and Oak City and see who gets to play Bellevue tonight.
The 4-man umpiring crew at home plate posing for a Kodak moment as we get ready for today's first game of the doubleheader. The Stars and the Tigers. One team will have their season come to an end. The other will have a chance to try to knock off the Bellevue Bruins twice in order to advance to the Vista NAIA World Series. Let's take a look at the starting lineups today. The visiting team will be the Oklahoma City University Stars. The Stars are 31-20 overall, the number 3 seed in the tournament. They're receiving votes in the NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. Here is the starting lineup for head coach Keith Lytle's crew. Leading off and playing center field will be Aiden Alexander. Batting second, the catcher, Reese Ratchford. Batting third, the third baseman today, Jesse Fontaboa. The cleanup hitter for the Stars is the first baseman, Trent Corrali. Batting fifth, the hitting hero thus far the tournament for the Stars, right fielder, Felix Chenier-Rondeau. Batting fifth and playing left field is Barrett Daniel. Batting seventh is designated hitter Noah King, getting that spot today. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Chad Pike. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Hunter Lenahan. On the mound today for the Stars will be Grant Harrison. Harrison, 1 win, 2 losses on the season, a 6.56 earned run average. Again, the Stars lineup, Alexander, Ratchford, Fontaboa, Corrali, Chenier-Rondeau, Daniel, Kang, Pike, and Lenahan. The Stars will be on the first base side of the field today. They're wearing their black uniform tops with white trim and gray pants. We'll get to the starting lineup for Doane in just a moment. But first, we'll start off with our national anthem.
The umpires for today's game. Behind the plate, Mike Andrex. At first base, Brendan Densloggy. Second base, John Thayer. And third base, Jacob Samp. The national anthem provides student athletes and fans an important time-honored opportunity to honor our country and recognize its founding principles. The NAIA asks that you now stand, remove your caps as we pay our respect to America with the singing of our national anthem.
right, our national anthem is concluded, and we are ready for baseball in just a few moments. Tom Murray, the voice of this opening round regional Bellevue bracket. You'll hear his voice in the background throughout the course of this tournament. Let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the home team, the Doane University Tigers. The Tigers in the third base dugout. They're wearing their orange jerseys with white pants today. Leading off for Josh Oltman's crew, playing left field, Joe Osborne. Batting second, the first baseman, Lucas White. Batting third and playing right field is Nate Mensick. The cleanup hitter is a designated hitter, Christian Yanez. Batting fifth and playing second base, Luke LaChance. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Narumi Okiasu. Batting seventh and playing third base is Justin Nevels. Batting eighth, the catcher, Ben Grigsby. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Brett Myers. On the mound today for the Tigers, Caden Crawford, an 8-3 record, a 2.97 earned run average. As the Doane Tigers take the field in this scheduled 9-inning contest to see whose season will stay alive. Caden Crawford heads to the mound for the Tigers. Adam, tell us a little bit about the season for Caden Crawford.
Yeah, as I look through the stat line, I'm super impressed by, 60 strikeouts, only 22 walks, which in comparison, when you have both, comparing that side by side, pretty good. The 2.97 ERA, 72 innings pitched. I think we're going to see a real pitcher's duel. I think he's going to, throw hard down in the zone and have his defense make some plays.
Crawford, just a freshman, the right-hander. This is his 15th appearance on the season. All of those appearances as a starting pitcher, all but one, I should say. So he'll get his warm-up tosses as the Oklahoma City Stars try to get their offense on track. What do you think might be some early keys for today's game, Adam?
I think if we're going to rely on the pitchers, it's, really work hard down in the zone. Don't leave anything elevated so they can elevate it out of the park. It's a big park at Roddy Field, but you and I both know over the past few years we've seen some long ball hitters hit them well far into that street out there. So don't hang anything high and keep it down and hard in the zone, and let the defense make some plays.
We've seen some very strong pitching performances in the first 4 games of this tournament. In fact, the highest number of runs scored was 7 in the Bruins' opening round victory against Grandview. Everybody else has scored less than that. In fact, Doane won their last game by a score of 3-2. Doane sits at 1-1 in the tournament. They lost the opening round game to Oklahoma City 5-2, then came back and defeated Grandview yesterday by a score of 3-2. For the Stars of Oklahoma City, they beat Doane on Monday, but lost yesterday in the championship round game to Bellevue by a score of 6-3. Let's get going here with today's action. Leading it off for the Oklahoma City University Stars, obviously out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the center fielder, Aiden Alexander.
And these are always fun games to play in, as a player and coaching as a coach, is if you've lost to them before, it's kind of some vengeance. So really excited to see what happens here.
Caden Crawford working from the windup. His first pitch, fastball chop foul at the plate. 0-1 the count on Aiden Alexander. Alexander has 3 hits total in the first 2 games of this tournament, hitting .285 on the season. Showing bunt, puts it back toward the mound. Crawford off the hill, makes the play to first base. Kind of a sidearm sling over there to Lucas White at first, and the leadoff man is retired 1-3.
And I respect that attempt to get on. I just missed it a little. Wanted probably one down the line instead of right back at the pitcher, but good play by Doane.
Next up for the Stars, the catcher, Reese Ratchford. Ratchford with a couple of hits in the tournament so far. Sees a breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike 1 call. Ratchford hitting .369. That's good for second place on the Stars roster. And now behind in the count, 0-2, as that fastball comes in at the knees.
Yeah, he didn't seem to like those 2 calls, and get used to it, right? Umpire's not going to change it.
Here's the wind and the pitch on 0-2. Chopper to short. Play made over there easily by the shortstop, Narumi Okiasu. And quickly 2 away. Couple of ground balls, one on a bunt, one on a double hit. Next up, third baseman, Jesse Fontaboa. Fontaboa with 3 hits on the tournament, including a solo home run. on the opening day. Another breaking ball, this time down in the zone by Caden Crawford. Crawford looks in, gets the signal from his catcher, Ben Grigsby. Pops a fastball to even the count
And
at
that
1-1.
That one had some pop on it. You love to hear it hit that pocket like that.
Again, in the zone, 1-2 the count. Crawford, as we said, just a freshman, 6 foot tall from Fairfield, Texas. An outstanding earned run average, 2.97 coming into this tournament. Bounces that breaking ball on kind of a waste pitch, evens the count at 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on for Oklahoma City University, their first at-bats today. Again, the winner plays again today at 3:30 against Bellevue University. That pitch upstairs, count goes full.
And he wanted it like that, and pitcher's got to be careful on hanging those a little bit higher on that count.
Here's the payoff pitch, and it'll be bounced to the plate. So the patience of Jesse Fontaboa earns him a walk with 2 outs as the Stars have their first base runner. Stepping to the plate, the cleanup hitter, first baseman Trent Corrali. Corrali's the man. We've talked about that the first couple of days of this tournament. Leads the team with a .396 batting average, 61 runs batted in, 14 home runs, 72 hits, all tops in those categories for the Stars. Working from the stretch, Crawford throws a slider, swung on and missed by Corrali.
And that was the first real one that we've seen of that slider. So curious to see if he continues with that. That one looks like it's going to work.
That's line hard into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. One hopper out there to Felix Chenier-Rondeau, who gets it in quickly. So Fontaboa will only be able to advance 90 feet to second. First hit of the afternoon off the bat of Trent Corrali. That is his 4th hit of the tournament. Here's the leading hitter for the Stars in the tournament, right fielder Felix Chenier-Rondeau. 5 hits already in 2 games, including a couple of doubles and a 2-run home run. First pitch misses away. And I'll correct myself, that was right fielder Nate Mensick for Doane, getting the ball in quickly. Doane with the bright orange uniform tops and the camo caps. Again, bounced to the plate. Nice job by Ben Grigsby, the catcher, to keep it in front. After dispatching the first 2 hitters quickly, a walk and a single gives the Stars a scoring opportunity against Caden Crawford and the Doane Tigers. The fake play back to second base. Doane University in Crete, Nebraska. Every time I say Crete, it reminds me of the old Brewer and Shipley song. And if you're not at least 50 years old, you have no idea who Brewer and Shipley are. That one gets through the right side. Here comes the runner, Fontaboa, around third base, heading for home. And he will score easily as the play not being able to be made out in right field. Felix Chenier-Rondeau continues to swing the hot bat. He'll get the base hit and the RBI.
And that's just a tough spot to be in. Get 2 outs early in the inning and have runners on first and second, and a shot like that with the core of your lineup up.
Nate Mensick charged hard in right field. Couldn't quite get it securely in his glove, so couldn't make a play. Would have been a bang-banger at the plate, but the Stars up 1-0 with a couple of first inning hits. Here's left fielder Barrett Daniel. Daniel with 1 hit on the tournament. Ball 1.
1 hit on the tournament, but hitting .348 on the season before the tournament. So some might say he's due for a big at-bat here.
Stars fans would love to see that. Nice crowd on hand today, enjoying this beautiful day. That one bounces past Grigsby to the backstop. That'll move Corrali to third, Chenier-Rondeau to second. So 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. A big scoring opportunity for Oklahoma City. But first, a visit to the mound by the Doane pitching coach. Let's use this opportunity to do our coach's salute. For the Doane University Tigers, the head coach is Josh Oltmans. He's in his 7th season at the program's helm. Assistant coaches are Elliot Engel, Jaron Nakamoto, and Nick Ginep. Braden Olson is the bench coach. And for the Oklahoma City University Stars, Keith Lytle in his first year at the helm of the program, taking over after the passing of longtime coach Denny Crabaugh. In addition to Lytle, his assistants are Tanner Scheninger, Derek Snell, Dylan Taylor, and Jack Pugh. All right, visit has concluded. We're back to the action. 2-0 the count on left fielder Barrett Daniel. Foul out of play left field side over near the entrance gate to Don Roddy Field.
Left fielder took a couple steps and said, nah, that's going to continue to fly. So big foul territory out here at Roddy Field.
Down the lines and a big distance back to the backstop as well. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball doesn't come in. So now 3-1. Hitter's advantage once again for Barrett Daniel. Here's the 3-1, and that's down low once again. So after retiring the first 2 batters, Caden Crawford has allowed the next 4 to reach on a couple of hits and a couple of walks. So bases are loaded with Stars as the designated hitter, Noah Kang, will step to the plate. First start of the tournament for Kang. Hitting .248 on the year, a freshman. A big opportunity here for both teams. One on offense, one on defense. Here's the pitch. Chopper to the middle, right play by Crawford as he takes that one right off the breadbasket. Will underhand it over to first base. And the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and a big 3 men left on base after a half. It's Oklahoma City University 1 and Doane University coming to bat.
And talk about helping yourself out. Pitcher got himself into a little bit of some trouble. You know, coach came out and calmed him down a little bit, got himself a ground ball up the middle, made a play, and got out of it. So could have been a lot worse, but to get out of there with 1 run, I think is pretty good.
The Stars take the field defensively for the first time today and trying to support their starting pitcher, Grant Harrison. Tell us a little bit about the season of Grant Harrison.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that you and I discussed pregame was ERA was a little high, but 25 strikeouts, only 14 walks. I think he's going to come in and do the best that he can to shut down a pretty powerful offense. So Doane definitely likes to swing the bat, hit the ball hard. So just like I said about Doane earlier, if he can work down in the zone and let his defense make some plays, could be a good defensive outing for him.
Grant Harrison, a 5'9" senior from Jones, Oklahoma. One of his biggest starts of his career. He'll be facing a Doane team that averages 8 runs per game on the year. Tiger hitters hitting at the .325 clip on the year. And a slugging percentage of 5.19. Again, thanks for joining us on this sunny Wednesday afternoon from Bellevue, Nebraska. Temperature now in the low 70s. We're expecting it to get to the low 80s later today. Wind not much of a factor. In fact, right now the flag hanging limply on the flagpole out in center field. And as always, we invite you to be part of our broadcast. If you are listening in and want to send along your greetings, my text message number, same as the last couple of days if you jotted it down, 402-515-7654. Let us know where you are, who you're listening, supporting, any players you want us to mention, any tidbits of information that help for a good broadcast. All right, let's get to the top of the order for the Doane Tigers in the bottom of the first inning. Left fielder Joe Osborne will lead it off. Osborne with a couple of hits in the tournament, including a double.
Really good numbers for Joe this season for being a leadoff.
First pitch swinging, fouls it up the left field side and out of play.
And perfect example there, right? Not afraid to swing the bat and get on and get things started.
On base percentage of .441 for the leadoff hitter, but he leads the team in runs scored and hits. Breaking ball from Harrison in the zone, 0-2. A battle between the Sooner Athletic Conference Stars and the Great Plains Athletic Conference Tigers. That one just misses hitting Osborne on a breaking ball.
And he didn't move much, so like you said, probably just missed barely off in between where he was and the plate.
Here's the 1-2 offering from Harrison. There's a breaking ball, misses upstairs, 2-2.
Good looking pitch there. Must have just missed a little out, middle, little up.
Expect both starting pitchers to have a short hook with the importance of this game. Now 3-2 after starting 0-2. A Johnny Holstaff day, as they used to say. Everybody's going to be available to try to throw as the need demands. Here's the payoff pitch, and tried to put too much on that one, so Joe Osborne draws the leadoff walk. He'll head down to first base as first baseman Lucas White steps to the plate. White, the leading hitter on the season, .410 for the Tigers, but only one hit in the 2 games of the tournament thus far. They're looking for a good game from him.
Coming in the tournament with 64 RBIs, though.
He'll hit that one
shot.
opposite field to the left field side. That'll drop in for a base hit. Osborne round second. He'll wind up at third. The throw goes to second base. That'll hold White to a base hit. And a good start for Lucas White and the Doane Tigers. Trailing 1-0. They have runners at the corners and nobody out.
What a good play by the left fielder, though, to get it in really quick. He was rounding first like he wanted to go, but they were able to cut that off.
Good job out there by Barrett Daniel, recognizing the situation, keeping the double play in order. Next up for the Tigers, the 3-hole hitter, right fielder Nate Mensick. Mensick has 3 hits on the tournament, including 2 doubles. Oklahoma City playing their infield at regular depth. The pitch from Grant Harrison, low, ball 1. Early in the game, you'll trade a run for a double play if you can get it. Osborne with the lead off at third, White the lead off of first. Breaking ball, called strike 1 to even the count. Mensick with 43 runs batted in on the season. Would love to have that total here. Lays off that breaking ball, missing away, 2-1. This is the 6th appearance in the NAIA National Tournament for the Doane Tigers. Oklahoma City State, they're a perennial powerhouse. They've appeared 23 times. That one's hit in the air to shallow left center field. Shortstop going out. And a nice play there. And quickly back onto the infield. Hustling to make the play, getting territory deep, is the shortstop, Chad Pike, for the first out of the inning.
Just not quite deep enough to send him, even though it was your leadoff hitter there. But that's what you need. A big pop fly, right?
If there were maybe one out, you might take a chance. With nobody out, you're going to leave the opportunity to the bat of the designated hitter, Christian Yanez. Yanez, a couple of hits thus far for Doane. Chopper to third. The play will come to home plate. The throw is in time, but the catcher missed the tag.
Looks from this side. I had a pretty good angle at it. He slid on the inside part and got his hand in there. I think that's a really good call by the home plate umpire, being in good position.
The throw to the catcher was in time, but a nice slide coming in by Joe Osborne. That'll bring Keith Lytle out of the dugout to talk about the play. The throw was slightly off the side of the plate, and good recognition by Joe Osborne to slide in for the first run of the game. It'll be a fielder's choice for Yanez, and he'll also get credit for an RBI.
And I'm sure the coach is maybe not so nicely saying it beat him by a couple steps, but a good slide can be the difference there.
Still discussing that. And now the discussion is concluded, and we have a tie game. On the play, Lucas White down to second. Christian Yanez at first. The next batter, the second baseman, Luke LaChance.
And what a heads-up play by third baseman. Not a real easy one. He was kind of off balance, came down and just threw it. That probably was his better play at the plate than to go across the diamond.
Kind of a slow, high hop, so they probably wouldn't have been able to turn two. So the right play, the right throw to the plate, but just a better tag. And the Tigers get the call. 1-1 our score. First pitch to LaChance is ball one. LaChance was the cleanup hitter the first 2 days. Drops down one spot in the order. Has a couple of hits in the tournament. Harrison comes set, looks the runner back to second, and again, and delivers a fastball home on the knees for the called strike. 1-1. LaChance just under the 300 mark currently, 298. A breaking ball from Harrison. He gets ahead in the count, 1-2. The throw back to second base. Trying to catch Lucas White napping. Oklahoma City fans still grumbling about that call at home plate.
What a good pitch there, and really caught him. You know, the catcher caught him off balance and almost had him out there. It looks like.
1-2 the count as Grant Harrison comes set, flared up behind the stands on the first base side of Don Roddy Field.
I think he was waiting for that slider to go back outside again, and it just didn't. Right? He got that off the handle.
So both teams with multiple base runners in inning number one. Thus far, each team able to cash in one. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of the catcher to retire the side.
Number 30.
Oh, excuse me, second out of the inning. I'm one out ahead of myself. Here's the shortstop, Narumi Okiyasu.
.337 coming into the tournament with 19 RBIs, which should be nice for them to put a couple more up here.
Fastball stays up. Okiyasu with one hit in the tournament. It was a big one, a home run that helped secure the victory yesterday in the battle against Grandview.
I'm sure Doane wouldn't be upset if they saw his third on the season here either, right?
Overhand breaking ball misses up. Fastball on the outside, black, 1-2 the count.
Good work out of that catcher to bring that up and frame that back in. Was close.
Four-man umpiring crew as we've had all tournament long. Now 3-1 the count. 325 the distance down the left and right field foul lines. 400 is straightaway center field. We've seen a couple of blasts go out about 390 or plus, but have fallen just short of center field home runs. That pitch in the dirt. Okiyasu will draw the walk to load the bases. So both teams have had the bases loaded in the first inning. Let's see if the Tigers can be more successful at getting runners in than were the Stars in their half. The batter, the third baseman, Justin Nevels. Nevels with one hit in the tournament. Just over the 300 mark on the regular season. That pitch in tight, ball one.
You'll always hear a lot of coaches say wear that. That one might have hurt a little bit. That one had some pop in that glove.
We don't have a jugs gun available to see the pop, but I'm thinking both pitchers can get it in the upper 80s, low 90s perhaps. Fouled away at the plate, 1-1 to count. This is one of 10 opening round brackets as part of the 2023 NAIA National Tournament. Breaking ball stays upstairs. And again, our score bug not working, so we're just going to get rid of it. So we apologize again. We just have been trying to figure out what's going on with that. And we put our heads together to make a rock pile and can't figure out what's going on. So we'll just give you frequent updates of the score and count. Foul back to the screen on a good hack by Nevels. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In this individual battle between pitcher Grant Harrison and batter Justin Nevels. Swung on and missed. A nice breaking ball by Harrison retires the side. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and each team leave 3 men on base in the first inning. After 1 complete, it's the Stars 1 and the Tigers 1.
Tough to not get any runs from both teams when bases were loaded, but early in the game, a lot of ball game left to play, but some really heads-up play so far, so exciting game to watch.
Again, we'd like to invite you to be part of our broadcast. If you're listening in and want to send along a greeting, let us know who you're rooting for, any players you want us to salute, any specific details that we may not be aware of. Again, that text message number is 402-515-7654. 1 in the queue so far. Let's go Stars. Cheering on from Oklahoma. Bring it on home from Eli Davis's fan crew. Eli got the victory, a strong performance by the Southpaw in game number 1 of this tournament. Matchup of these same 2 teams, so the Tigers are glad they won't be facing Eli Davis today. 1-1 our score as back to the mound goes Caden Crawford for his 2nd inning of work. Quick recap. In the first game of the tournament, Oklahoma City beat the Doane Tigers by a score of 5-1. Second game on Monday, Bellevue University defeated Grandview by a score of 7-0. And then yesterday's elimination round game, Doane defeated Grandview by a score of 3-2. And in the winner's bracket game, Bellevue defeated Oklahoma City 6-3. So 9 runs total. That was the highest number of combined runs in the tournament in the 4 games thus far in the Bellevue victory over Oklahoma City. Second time for the Stars to step to the plate. First time up today for shortstop Chad Pike. Pike looking for his first hit of the tournament. As Caden Crawford delivers, that squirts away, ball 1. Caden Crawford and Ben Grigsby, the battery mates for the Doane Tigers.
What a good spot for Pike to be into. No hits on the tournament. What a game to start it and continue to roll you through.
Flares that one foul up the first base side. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses low and in. Coming our way, back to the net. Count evens up once again, now 2-2. Pike has a good eye at the plate. He's the team leader in walks with 36 on the year. But he doesn't have a good eye that time as the pitch hits the outside black for the called strike 3. First strikeout of the game for pitcher Caden Crawford. The next man he will face, second baseman Hunter Lenahan. This will complete the first time through the order for Oklahoma City University. Lenahan has 1 hit on the tourney. Has to bend out of the way of that one. That breaking ball in the zone, 1-1.
Both pitchers have a pretty nice breaking ball. It's really crossing people up.
Crawford averages about 7.5 strikeouts per 9-inning game. Comebacker up the middle and through. Crawford tried to barehand that one, then thought better of it. Let it go through. Okiasu, the shortstop, gave it a valiant effort, but couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, that one might have stung a little bit and affected the rest of his game.
Third hit of the game for the Oklahoma City Stars. Back to the top of the order. Here's center fielder Aiden Alexander. Grounded out on the comebacker to the pitcher, his first time up. Hit into the air to the right side. Nathan Mensick, the right fielder, a couple steps to his right. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Good idea to go that way. Just missed it a little bit to elevate it, and he was able to camp under that pretty easily.
Here's the catcher, Reese Ratchford. Grounded out his first time up. Hunter Lenahan, the runner at first base for the Stars, does have 5 steals on the year. Let's see if head coach Keith Lytle might try to get his runner in motion or maybe a hit and run. 1-0 the count on Ratchford. Little chopper to the left side. Fielded over there by Nevels, the third baseman. Throw to first base is in time. 5-3 on the play, and the side is retired. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We're still tied. 1-1 our score as we head to the bottom of the second inning. My boys both played under Coach O at Doane, graduating in 2018 and 2019, respectively. We still follow the team and cheer them on. Go Doane Tigers. That's from Paula Fossum. Jeremy and Jason Fossum are her sons. So thanks for joining us today, and thanks for sending along that little tidbit of information. And as I said, we invite you to be part of our broadcast as well. 402-515-7654. The Doane University Tigers winning both the regular season and the tournament championship in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Doane and Concordia have been the top couple of teams in the GPAC for the last couple of years. Concordia and Morningside out of Sioux City, other GPAC teams also involved in the opening round of the national tournament. Oklahoma City qualified for this tournament by winning the Sooner Athletic Conference postseason tournament. They finished 3rd during the regular season in the 9-team conference, but saved some of their best ball for the end of the year.
And Mick mentions if you want to be a part of the broadcast, if you're in the local area, come on down. It's a beautiful day to watch some baseball at Don Roddy down in Bellevue, Nebraska. Can't ask for a better day after it's been the last 3 weeks of real hit and miss and having long sleeves on one day and shorts and t-shirts next. So beautiful day to be at the ballpark.
Yeah, if you were with us on Monday, temperatures were in the low to mid 50s. It was drizzly, it was cloudy. Yesterday and today, beautiful days for baseball. Starting off the bottom of the second inning for the Tigers, the catcher, Ben Grigsby. Called strike 1 on the pitch from Grant Harrison. Let's see if Harrison can right the ship after a shaky first inning, just like Caden Crawford did for the Tigers. Breaking ball misses a little bit up. One the count, 1-1 the score. Now 2-1. Grigsby, a solid guy behind the plate for the Tigers in the 2 games that we've seen him play. Now 3-1.
It was cut in, but I think it just a little late. It was definitely an outside pitch there.
Here's the 3-1 delivery from Harrison. Popped up and out of play, straight over the top of the overhang, protecting the fans here at Don Roddy Field. 4-man umpire and crew, Mike Andrick is behind home plate. First base umpire is Brandon Dislagi. John Thayer at second, and Jacob Samp at third. Payoff pitch on the 3-2 is up and in. And again, the Tigers will get their leadoff guy on the bags. Grigsby, the catcher, will step out as we have a courtesy runner coming in.
Looks like number 5. No, it wouldn't be number 5.
Kind of hard to read the numbers here with the. I believe that's 6. We'll go with number 6, Tanner Black, the courtesy runner. It's kind of a camoed black and white against that orange. It makes it a little bit difficult to see. Anyway, we'll go with Black as a courtesy runner. As we're back to the top of the order, or excuse me, the bottom of the order, center fielder Brett Meyer shows bunt.
It'd be real difficult for Brett Meyer to be the courtesy runner and at bat, so that's how I kind of figured it probably wasn't him.
Doing double duty that way. Short lead at first by Black, the courtesy runner. He'll dive back on the throw over there.
Short lead, but 9 for 10 on stolen bases this year, so has 9 of them under his belt before the tournament. So see if he'll be in motion here.
Showing bunt late, takes the pitch for the called strike. 1-1 the count on Brett Meyer. Meyer hitting .281 on the year for the Tigers. Puts the ball down on the bunt. Third baseman fields it and over to first. A nice sacrifice bunt by Brett Meyer. Advances Grigsby's courtesy runner Black down to second base.
What a good placement for that. Kind of no man's land if the pitcher and third baseman wanted to go for that, but pitcher jumped over and did a job. So got him over in scoring position, and hopefully they can capitalize here.
Nice play by Jesse Fondaboa, the third baseman, to concentrate on the ball and then make the throw. Now we are back to the top of the order for the Doane Tigers. Left fielder Joe Osborne, who walked his first time up today. Ball 1 on the first pitch from Harrison. Breaking ball upstairs. Pitches adding up already for Grant Harrison. He threw over 25 pitches in the first inning. Joe Osborne, a junior out of Hickman, Nebraska. Not too far away from Crete. Throw to second base, the runner back easily. Tanner Black, the courtesy runner, after Ben Grigsby led off the inning with a walk. 3 walks already for starting pitcher Grant Harrison. Coach Keith Lytle would like to have him fill up some innings early in the game. A nice breaking ball there, diving away from the bat of Osborne. 2-1 the count on the leadoff hitter in the Tigers batting order. On the outside corner, gets the call to even it at 2-2. Back-to-back breaking balls from Grant Harrison.
And that much just must have just caught the front end of that, because like I said earlier, his breaking ball is really tailing off.
Goes to the fastball this time, but misses down and away. So a full count situation. We've said that multiple times already today. Harrison looks in. Comes set at the belt. Looks the runner back and delivers. The breaking ball, that's been his most effective pitch. Will get the strikeout for the second out of the inning.
Seems like he slows down when he throws that breaking ball a little bit. Not enough to tip the batter off, but enough to really capitalize on that strike zone.
3 strikeouts in the game so far for Grant Harrison. He's got a tough obstacle here in first baseman Lucas White. First pitch fastball on the outer half for the called strike 1.
And White coming into the tourney, the leading team home run hitter with 15, 64 RBIs. So he's definitely the guy for the job right now with a runner in scoring position.
Harrison averaging about 9.5 strikeouts per 9-inning game. That breaking ball stays away. 1-1 the count on White. Singled his first time up today. Looking for a pitch he can drive. A little flare out to left center field. That's going to drop. Here comes the runner around third. The throw to the plate is not in time. An RBI single for Lucas White gives the Doane University Tigers a 2-1 lead. Didn't hit it well right off the end of the bat.
Yeah, it was just enough, and you know, runner is in motion already with 2 outs. The crack of the bat, and really gave him the upper hand there to take 2 bases there.
Right fielder number
Yeah, had there not been 2 outs, he probably would have had to hold up a little bit there. But with 2 outs, you're moving on the crack of the bat. Now, the Tigers on top 2-1. Next up, right fielder Nathan Mensick. First pitch fastball from Grant Harrison gets past Mensick. Mensick flew out his first time up today. That pitch bounced to the plate. Nice pick by Reese Ratchford, the catcher.
Very good pick. Like you said earlier, big backstop. Pretty easy to advance from first to second there.
Breaking ball gets the outside corner. Now 1-2 on Mensick.
Yeah, he's controlling that bats with that breaking ball, man.
Mensick from Pleasantdale, Nebraska. Chop foul to stay alive. Well, quite a few Nebraska guys on the Doane University lineup. Nebraska, Alaska, Colorado, Florida, Texas, British Columbia, South Korea, Mexico, Utah, and Arizona. I think I got them all. Breaking ball blocked up again by Ratchford. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2-1 our score. We're in the second inning. A lot of 2s on the scoreboard right now. Let's see if Harrison will try to make a decisive pitch here at 2-2 to avoid giving the base runner White a jump on 3-2. Chop foul once again. Again, Harrison with a long look in to Ratchford for the signal. The set, the pitch, chopper to short. Pike will go the easy route to second base. On the fielder's choice, the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit, the big RBI by Lucas White. There were no errors.
Tigers 2.
And 1 man left on base. After 2 complete, the Doane Tigers 2, the Oklahoma City Stars 1. Again, thanks for joining us this afternoon on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. Another doubleheader day. The winner of this game will play once again at 3:30 against the Bellevue University Bruins, the only undefeated team remaining in the tournament. Greetings. Greetings from Davis, Oklahoma. Go Stars. And a shout out to grandson Reese Ratchford, catcher for the Stars. And an outstanding job of broadcasting the game. Very professional and unbiased. Well, thank you for the compliments. Appreciate that. Mick Krupski here. Chris Williamson did the first couple of games. Adam Watts with me today. So we appreciate you listening in and also that nice compliment. Let's go Stars. Also, hi, Mom. Love from Joe Lytle.
Always got to show love to the moms, right?
There we go. Last week was Mother's Day, but still fresh in his mind. That's nice. Go Tigers! Cheering on the team from Seward, Nebraska. Brett Meyer is getting married to our daughter in August. Well, congratulations to both of them and to you two as well. Brett, the center fielder for Doane.
Leading off the top of the third for the Stars.
Here we go at the top of the 3rd inning. Third baseman Jesse Fontaboa. And again, the number, if you'd like to join us today, 402-515-76 5-4. Always love hearing from people on the text messages. Here's the first pitch from Caden Crawford. That one's hammered into left field, but caught. A great play out there by the Doane left fielder, Joe Osborne. Got a good jump and made the diving catch to take a base hit away.
Got a really good jump and then paused and then jumped again. So I didn't know he was probably in that no man's. Do I let it drop? Do I not? So really good hustle and play on that.
Sometimes it's hard to read those line drives hit right at you. But the adjustment made by Osborne to make the play for the first out of the inning. Next up, first baseman Trent Corrali. Corrali will wear that off the left hip. And he'll head down to first base.
Base runner's the name of the game, so he stood in there and took it, and now we've got some potential threat on the base pass now.
And that's one of those areas, if you're aiming, you're not aiming for the hip, but if the ball's coming at your hip, that's hard to get out of the way. So Corrali's been up twice and on twice with a single and now hit by pitch. Right fielder Felix Chenier-Rondeau.
With how hot he is, that swing there showed he was swinging for something big there.
6 hits on the tournament thus far, including that RBI that put the Stars on the board in the first inning. The set, breaking ball stays wide. Chenier-Rondeau, the junior from Blainville, Quebec, Canada. Fastball up and away, 2-1.
At this point with him, you have to kind of dance around the zone a little bit. You can't really give him anything in his sweet spot, so can't really get too out of hand with this count and making it 2-2 now. So with the foul ball off the right field side.
Just a little bit ahead of that one. 2-2 the count. Trent Corrali, the runner at first. There's one out. 2-1 our score. Tigers lead the Stars in this elimination game. Swing and a miss. Good movement. Looked like a changeup as the ball went down and away from Felix Chenier-Rondeau. That is the second strikeout of the game for Caden Crawford.
It definitely wasn't a pitch he was looking for. I think he was looking for either fastball away or something inside and just kind of waved to that changeup.
Next hitter for the Stars, the left fielder, Barrett Daniel. Daniel walked his first time up today. Fastball outside half, called strike one. From what we've seen so far, looks like the strike zone, you might get an inch or two on the outside edge, but not much up in the zone, at least what we've seen so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Crawford. Misses outside, 1-1.
And very consistent zone both sides, so no favor one way or another. But like you said, nothing up or down, inside, outside a little bit, maybe an inch or so.
Runner goes, throw to second base, is in time from his knees. Catcher Ben Grigsby throws it on the money to retire Trent Corrali, trying to get down there on the steal.
Strike him out, throw him out.
No runs on one hit, there were no errors, and nobody left on base after 2.5. It's the Tigers 2 and the Stars 1. Mentioned just a few minutes ago, the Doane roster, mostly Nebraska kids, but sprinkled with residents of other states and countries. The same can be said for Oklahoma City. Most of their roster from the Sooner State, but also represented Pennsylvania, New York, New Mexico, Hawaii, Nevada, Quebec, Canada, Idaho, and I think that concludes the roster for the Stars as we head to the bottom of the third inning. 2-1 our score.
It's always fun to see how many different states or even countries the Midwest teams can get from everywhere around the world, right? So why come to Crete, Nebraska to play in beautiful weather like this, right?
There we go. Couple more texts. Randall Snyder from Waco. Go get it, Grant. Go OCU. Greetings from Camino, California. They say go Tigers out there. Good luck, Stars family. Cheering you on from Oklahoma. 2022 alum Braden Hill and his parents Jim and Sarah are listening in. Thanks, you guys, for joining us today. One more before we get back to the action. Rooting for the Tigers and Forest from Yuma, Arizona. So, yeah, NAIA baseball, quite the countrywide and worldwide sport. Not just kids from your own backyard playing for the schools, but all over the country, all over the world. Leading off the bottom of the third inning, Christian Yanez, the designated hitter. Got a run batted in on a fielder's choice his first time up. First pitch swinging, pulls foul of the third base side.
It says a lot on an outside pitch, being able to pull that, how fast his hands are to come around there, and he's got a quick approach there.
Comes up empty on that swing. Now 0-2 the count. Yanez from Mexico City, Mexico. We're just talking about states. Well, we had countries as well. So Mexico, Canada, South Korea, Japan. That one hits the home plate umpire after hitting the batter. So a double whammy on that pitch. So Yanez will trot down to first base on the hit by pitch. Next up, second baseman Luke LaChance. LaChance, a strikeout victim his first time up. Let's see what he'll try to do here to advance the base runner as head coach Josh Oltmann checks his chart. Sends off a couple of signals to his base runner and batter. Oltmann's 7th year leading the program down in Crete. First pitch swinging on a fastball out to center field. Tracking it out there is the center fielder, Aiden Alexander. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Shortstop.
Narumi Okuyasu, the next batter.
Narumi Okuyasu.
Tom, the PA announcer, a little extra emphasis on that. Okuyasu walked his first time up today. First pitch fastball, strike one called. Grant Harrison in his third inning of work. That one's directed out in the left field. Nice piece of hitting there by Narumi Okuyasu. Just went with that pitch over the outside part, directed it in the left field for his first hit of the day, second hit of the tournament.
That's a couple of them today. Don't have to swing it super hard to get it out there. Just get it enough to get yourself on.
So 2 on, 1 out. The next batter, third baseman Justin Nevels. Nevels checks his chart. The Tigers are wearing a little chart. Some of them wear it on their belts, some of them on their wrists. Basically a signal chart. Shows bunt, puts it back to the mound. And the pitcher loses his footing. Grant Harrison came off the mound, and as he tried to settle down to pick it up and make the throw, he hits the grass. That'll be ruled an infield hit for Justin Nevels. And again, for the second time in the game, the Tigers have the bases loaded.
Yeah, I think he just went to go throw that a little bit before actually having a grip on it, and tried to rush everything. Part of his motion just slipped and fell. And good bunt either way.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have a pinch hitter here for the Tigers. Number 17, Jack Tillman will come on. The Omaha native will pinch hit for Ben Grigsby. We saw this earlier in the tournament where Tillman pinch hit and then Grigsby re-entered. Let's see if that's the case here today. The Tigers leading 2-1, threatening to add more with the bases loaded and 1 out. Corner infielders playing in. Chop foul off the concrete base of the support wall. Corner infielders playing up a little bit. Middle infielders playing about halfway. If they get a sharply hit ground ball to short or second, they may try to turn 2 there. Breaking ball misses up and in, 1-1 to count.
Yeah, your corner's pitcher have to be firing home here, cut that run off. But you're right, the middle infield turning 2 there could be could be a good momentum stopper for down there.
Low and away, 2-1. Usually as you get the first game of a tournament like this, it's a low-scoring affair, day number one, because you're facing the team's aces. And as you continue on a tournament, you're getting deeper and deeper into the staff, and the runs usually tend to get higher and higher. And that gets away from the catcher, Ratchford. May have been a cross-up on the pitch, and that will allow Christian Yanez to come down for third on the wild pitch. Okiasu advancing to second, Okiasu advancing to third, Neville's advancing to second. And a 3-1 count. And now the infielders will all be coming up to the edge of the grass. Double play not in order, so they're going to try to cut down the run at the plate. 3-1 our score. Single runs in the first, second, and third for the Doane Tigers, threatening to add more. Tillman awaits the pitch, and it's low and away. He'll head down to first base as he draws the walk. And now we're seeing some action down in the Oklahoma City bullpen. A right-hander getting up as Brett Myers steps to the plate. All right, so he's going to re-enter Ben Grigsby, and then the courtesy runner will re-enter, and that is Tanner Black.
And it looks like number 30, Connor Ferguson, out there warming up in Oak City's bullpen there.
So Grant Harrison has thrown quite a few pitches through 2 1/3 innings of work. 64. Thank you, Bill Mullins. Bill, this co-sports information guy at Bellevue University, keeping us supplied with facts and information throughout the tournament. Thanks again to Bill and to Steve Field for their work in the Bellevue Sports Information Department. So we've had the bases loaded quite a bit so far today, most of the time by orange-clad Doane University Tigers.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Connor Ferguson just got up in the bullpen a minute or two ago, so he's definitely not ready to come. So this little visit to the mound to try to corral the pitcher Harrison, get him back on task, but also to give the bullpen time to warm up. Here's Brett Meyer, the center fielder. Sacrifice bunted his first time up to advance Black into scoring position to score the second run of the game. Doane fans clapping and chanting as they are hungry for more runs. A little flare popped up. That'll be an infield fly rule as the shortstop Chad Pike collects it anyway for the second out of the inning. So back to the top of the order, third time up in just the third inning for the Tigers leadoff guy, Joe Osborne. A walk and a strikeout, his body of work so far today.
In dangerous situation coming up if they can't get this out here. Heart of their lineup really coming through.
First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike one. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the third inning of a 3-1 game. Doane Tigers leading the Oklahoma City Stars. Harrison comes set once again at the belt. Another fastball just a little further out. 1-1 the count. Here's where Joe Osborne has to be very selective. Look for a pitch that he can handle. If he gets fooled, swing not to hit. Fouls that one back. Had a pretty good cut at a pitch up in the zone. Got underneath it and fouled it straight back. Now 1-2 the count.
I'd expect to see that little slider in the outside half, see if he chases that and waves at it. That's been a very effective pitch for him today.
Osborne leads the team in hits. Lays off that high pitch, 2-2 the count.
Went back to the fastball up top a little bit.
Over the last couple of batters, we've seen Grant Harrison go more and more to the fastball. Last inning, he was more reliant upon the curve. Let's see what pitch he chooses here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bases loaded, the pitch upstairs. So the runners will be in motion now on this full count delivery.
I think he really wants that fastball to work, but that zone up and low, up and down isn't being called today. So we'll see where he goes here.
The payoff pitch as the runners are on the move. That's hit foul out of play down the left field side. And we'll do it again. The runners will return to their bases. Hey, my friend the Spider is back. He's been with us all 3 days of the tournament, going up and down the window screen here in front of me. Anybody got a good name I can name this guy?
We'll see if anybody on the text thread can come up with a nice little name for a little spider. Nothing big,
Yeah, a
just
little teeny
guy.
tiny, a friendly little spider. Here's the 3-2 once again. Runners on the move. Pitch hit in the air down the left field side. Near the foul line. It'll stay in play and in fair territory. The catch made out there by the left fielder, Barrett Daniel, to retire the side. So again, 1 run in the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 3 left on base. The Tigers have left 7 on base through the first 3 innings of today's game, but they lead it by a score of 3-1 over the Oklahoma City University Stars.
And that was big league sky high fly ball right there. Those are the tough ones. You have time to think about where it's going to land and where your feet should go. So good on him for camping underneath that. And to put it in a little more context, the bases were clear by the time he caught that ball. Everyone had reached home if it was going to drop. So sky high fly ball.
No pressure at all on that, huh?
None at all.
The Bellevue reserve players bringing out the drag brooms, giving the infield a little grooming as we head to the top of the 4th inning. We'll have a slight pause as they get to work. That'll give us an opportunity to check out a few more texts in the queue here. A quick shout out to Coach Gannett with Doane University. Your 4 kids are cheering for you and the team. Go Tigers. All right. So thanks for joining us today. Nice to know that Bellevue, or it's baseball, a family affair there for the Janap family. Great job, fellas. Go Tigers from Steve King, Jake King's Padre in Phoenix, Arizona. I think that's our 2nd Arizona text today. Probably already about 120 degrees.
But what do they say? It's that dry heat.
Yeah,
right?
the dry heat, but it's still, you're cooking to a dry heat.
Yeah,
so.
it's still 120.
Thanks again to everybody for sending in their text. That number once again, if you'd like to join us, 402-515-7654 as we get ready for the top of the 4th inning. Left fielder Barrett Daniel, who just caught that sky-high fly ball, will have an opportunity to use his bat to get his team back into the game, trailing by 2 runs. Daniel walked his first time up today. Here's the pitch from Caden Crawford. Wide, ball 1. There's a pitch in the zone, evens the count up at 1-1.
And 60-plus pitchers out of Oklahoma City. Do we know how many out of the Doane pitcher today yet?
Bill, do you have a pitch count for Crawford, please? 43 pitches.
Quite the difference there. So he could continue to go a few more even. Hope to get him deep into the game.
Now 3-1 the count on Daniel, leading it off in the 4th inning. 9-inning contest. Part of this NAIA opening round of the national tournament. Fouled out of play, count goes full. Three runs on 4 hits for Doane, 1 run on 3 hits for Oklahoma City to this point of the game, 1/3 of the way done. Outside and low. So now the count goes full. Sorry about that, missed a pitch along the way. Daniel trying to lead things off in the top of the 4th inning. Caden Crawford trying to keep the bases clear. Comebacker right off the body of the pitcher Crawford. His throw to first base is in time. A nice job by Lucas White to grab it and avoid a collision, but that's going to leave a black and blue mark on the right hip of the pitcher, Caden Crawford. That one, bang.
Yeah, and that was the third one up the middle. Second that he's had a good chat at making, and what a good throw to first base to get him out. But yeah, that's gonna sting a little bit.
A quick visit to the mound by the assistant coach and the athletic trainer for Doane University to check out their pitcher. And some wise guy in that huddle saying rub it. Some other wise guys saying put some ice on it and
rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it. Yep. So they'll probably give Caden an opportunity to throw a couple of pitches here that right off the kind of the side of the hip muscle.
I mean, a good look that he was able to squat down and get back up pretty quick.
That could tighten up on him, though, as the game goes. So when he does go back to the dugout, he's probably going to want to keep moving around rather than just sit down and relax.
Yeah.
So,
oh, those young limbs.
Yeah, that's
I don't know that I'd be able to get up and do that again.
all right, looks like he's going to be okay, and we're ready to continue. The next batter for the Stars, designated hitter Noah Kang. Kang was one of those guys that hit a comebacker earlier in the game. Crawford with the slider, strike one call.
Man, both sides, that slider or off speed they're throwing, are really breaking nice.
Chopped at the plate off the front foot of Kang. Kang, a freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A power pitch there for the strikeout.
Safe to say right now, I don't think that comebacker hurt him too much. Maybe upset him a little bit more to throw some heat.
Jolting a little bit more adrenaline through his body. Third strikeout of the game for Caden Crawford. The next man he will face is the Stars shortstop, Chad Pike. Pike, the first strikeout victim of the day for Crawford. Gets ahead in the count here. Lined hard into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting. Right back through the box by Chad Pike.
Second baseman number 12.
That's the fourth hit of the game for Oklahoma City. Both teams, in fact, having 4 hits today, but 3-1 our score. Advantage to Doane. Here's 9-hole hitter, second baseman Hunter Lenahan. So the middle infielders batting in the 8 and 9 order for Oklahoma City. Lenahan got a single his first time up today. Breaking ball. They'll appeal to first. They say no swing.
I think that's the right call. He definitely had an approach at it, but did not go all the way around.
Short lead at first base by Pike. Lenahan shows bunt. Ball pops out of the glove of Ben Grigsby, but still a strike call. Pike has 4 stolen bases on the season. Trailing by 2 runs, probably not going to try to be too crazy on the base paths. Lenahan awaits the next pitch. Swings and misses on a breaking ball going down and away. Nice location on that delivery from Caden Crawford. The sky a little bit hazy today. There's some wildfires up in, I think, Alberta, Canada. And since the wind is out of the northwest, that's where that's coming from. Swung on and missed. On the high heat, second strikeout of the inning fourth strikeout of the game for Caden Crawford.
Oh, and they're fired up, coming off, flexing, screaming a lot, ready to put that momentum to the sticks here. So, see what they can do to extend this lead, but they are fired up after that last out.
No runs on one hit. There were no errors and one man left on base in the top of the fourth. As we head to the bottom of the frame, our score remains Doane 3, Oklahoma City 1. The Tigers will send up the 2-3-4 part of their lineup as we get a couple more texts in the queue. Lucas White can't hit a baseball from Australia. All right, Lucas, not sure who your friend is in Australia or why he's telling you that,
but you might need to find other friends.
That's right. Go Stars from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque. My old Bugs Bunny attempted a impression there. Appreciate your unbiased and interesting broadcast. Thank you. We have fun here in our broadcast. That's
try.
to keep you informed and try to keep you entertained as well. Thanks for joining us today. One more. Let's go Tigers. Shout out to catcher Ben Grigsby from the Townsend family all the way out in Texas. All right, the Lone Star State joining us today as well. Thanks for being part of the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. Love hearing from you guys all over the country, all over the world, including Australia. Yes, that's part of the world.
That's right.
A few years ago, I was doing a Bellevue basketball broadcast, and I said, we've heard from people on every continent of the world over the course of the 15 years I've been doing this, except for Antarctica. Somebody listening in knew somebody who was working at the McMurdo station in Antarctica, and they texted in that they were watching the broadcast in Antarctica. Whether they were or not, somebody knew somebody who knew somebody, kind of a thing. So
it works. You're reaching everybody part of the world there, Mick.
That's right. North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Antarctica. We've got the world covered on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. All right, let's get back to baseball from Bellevue, Nebraska. Bottom of the fourth inning. Here is Lucas White, who, according to his Australia friend, can't hit a baseball. Well, he's hit it well today, 2 for 2 and an RBI.
And it looks like Oak City's sticking with Harrison, but I wonder how short of a leash it is with 30. Who was that warming up? Connor Ferguson warming up, still out there in the bullpen. So
I think a base runner gets on, we go to the bullpen, but that remains to be seen. 0-1 the count. Another pitch, this time low, 1-1. Bounces away from the catcher, Reese Ratchford. Nice crowd on hand here today. The smell of suntan lotion permeating the Don Roddy bleacher area. Swung on and missed, chasing the high fastball, 1-2 the count.
Looks like maybe a little more out of Doane than there is Oak City, but Doane's a tad bit closer.
About an hour and a half to 2 hour drive from Crete, Nebraska to get to Bellevue. That one's hit in the air to center field. Has some carry, but now center fielder settling underneath it. And the play made by Aiden Alexander for the first out of the inning. A little bit shy of the warning track. First time that Lucas White has been retired today.
Well, the wind just started kind of picking up towards blowing in a little bit this last inning. So I don't know that it would have had enough to carry all the way, but would have been closer to the fence.
Next up, the 3-hole hitter, right fielder Nathan Mensick. Harrison delivers. That one's hit in the air to left field. That one will stay in the park for left fielder Barrett Daniel to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So an opportunity for a quick inning, few pitches for Grant Harrison if he can retire the designated hitter Christian Yanez quickly. Yanez a fielder's choice and a hit by pitch thus far today.
Quick inning would definitely be something that Oak City needs with this high pitch count now.
Pitch inside, ball 1. And the weather of this tournament in just 3 days, kind of a microcosm of the normal spring baseball season. You start the season back in February. February and March, you're usually wearing winter coats and long sleeves and jeans. That was the case here on Monday when it was in the low 50s. By the time the season concludes, your shorts and t-shirts and lathering on the sunscreen. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's hit in the air to right field. So all 3 Stars right fielders will get a chance to make a play in this inning. Felix Chenier Rondeau collects it. And 3 fly balls conclude the bottom of the 4th inning. 4 innings in the book. The first time the Tigers don't score a run in an inning. Tigers 3 and Stars 1. Keep it right here for more baseball on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network, bringing you the 2023 NAIA National Baseball Tournament opening round as the Bellevue bracket continues.
A much-needed low pitch count inning for Harrison there. He may even be able to go, one more, maybe 2 if he continues that way.
Yeah, that definitely bought him some more time. And our Australian friend said, see, he can't hit the ball. He only hit it about 380 feet, but into the glove of the center fielder. Shout out to Maseo Cantu, the designated hitter from Mom and Dad watching again in Texas. Let's go, Doane. Maseo had an at-bat in game number 1 of the tournament on Monday. Good afternoon, men. Thanks for making the broadcast fun and interesting. It may be normal for these guys, but a couple of Stars players are going to Virginia this summer to play in a wooden bat league for the Harrisonburg Turks. Yeah, a lot of the guys play summer baseball. There's a league here in Omaha that a lot of the local kids play in, a wooden bat league. So good luck to the Harrisonburg Turks this summer in Virginia. All right, here we go. We're just talking about World Wide Web. Anita Head. Oh, okay. You're pulling my leg here on that one. So we'll skip that one. But
everyone's a joker.
Everyone's a joker. They claim to be listening from South Africa, but the name is obviously a made-up one. So anyway, if you are, great. If not, you need a different name.
Yeah.
Top of the order for the Stars. First pitch swinging is Aiden Alexander, and he lines one hard into center field. So the leadoff man is on for the visitors from Oklahoma City.
Reese Ratchford.
For Alexander, now his 4th hit of the tournament.
Good part of their lineup here with the top leadoff single. So we'll see with no out. So we'll see if they can put something together, string a few together here.
We've got a conversation going on there between the first base coach and the umpire. Do we have a courtesy or a pinch runner come in here? Let me try to get the glasses down there. And now the conversation between the home plate umpire and head coach Keith Lytle up the third base side, and Coach Lytle a little bit animated. Lucas White blocking the view of, I assume it's Aiden Alexander, the runner at first.
Yeah, nobody came in to run for Alexander here, so.
I don't know if he maybe threw the bat after the base hit, if the umpires are giving a warning, but the conversation between Coach Lytle and the home plate umpire Mike Andrick continues up the third base side.
And as you said, animated, so it looks like Lytle's not too happy about whatever happened.
And Aiden Alexander still on first base. Any idea, Bill, what's going on?
The third base coach just said he's entitled to second, or should he have second, or something like that. So I think
obstruction at first. Gotcha. All right, what we think is happening is that the Stars are wanting an obstruction call on first baseman Lucas White, getting in the way of Aiden Alexander at first base. If White did deny him an opportunity to get to second, he would be allowed the base, but the umpires are saying no, there was not a play where Alexander would have been able to make it there anyway.
No, that was
so just a little wrinkle to throw into the inning. As the next batter for the Stars, the catcher, Reese Ratchford. Ratchford, a couple of ground balls today. First pitch on the outside corner for a call, strike one.
And this is just going to continue to fire up.
Yeah, the excitement level is suddenly kind of ratcheted up a little bit more. Kind of all started back in the bottom of the first inning when a play at the plate went Doane's way on the call. And that fired up the Stars. Pitch in the dirt, blocked up by Grigsby. His throw to second base, not in time. The head-first dive by Aiden Alexander got that arm in there ahead of the tag. It'll be ruled a wild pitch.
Yeah, bounced it a few feet in front of play, came up firing, tagged him on the hip. I think he'd already been in there.
Very impressed with the arm of Ben Grigsby. He's been right on the money with several throws today, making that one a closer play than probably what should have been. 1-1 the count on Ratchford. Breaking ball in the zone, now 1-2. Well, the crowd's cheering every pitch, every call.
Now you see all the outfielders swinging their arms around, stretching, ready for that play at home. So would be willing to guess if something gets hit out there, they're firing.
Bounced again in front of the plate. Again, Grigsby up to the challenge, blocking it, keeping it in front. 3-1 our score. Doane with single runs in the first, second, and third. Oklahoma City with a single run in the top of the first, but threatening here in the top of the fifth. Trying to get back into the game in this elimination bracket game. Loser goes home. That one bounced about 4 feet in front of the home plate area. Grigsby tried to keep it in front, but another wild pitch will advance Alexander to third. Nobody out.
Yeah, just like he kind of overgripped that and threw it a little harder into the ground towards catcher than he had expected. But runner advanced over to third, and kind of tough situation now. Full count, no outs.
Infield playing pretty much at regular depth. First baseman Lucas White may be in a little bit onto the grass. But a 3-2 count to Reese Ratchford. His job here to try to elevate something to the outfield. Instead, the pitch way wide inside. And Ratchford will draw the walk. So runners at the corners for the Stars. We'll have a courtesy runner coming in for the Stars to run for the catcher. Courtesy runner is Nicholas Paquin.
Nicholas Paquin, courtesy runner at first base for the Stars.
So the tying run is at first base. A go-ahead run at home plate in the person of three-hole hitter Jesse Fontaboa. Fontaboa hit one hard his last time up to left, but a nice play out there by the left fielder. That one's hit deep to center field. Center fielder still going back at the warning track, and it is a 3-run home run for Jesse Fontaboa to give the Stars a 4-3 lead.
And I think that was a no-doubter, no-brainer off the barrel of the bat there. It just kept floating its way out there about, what'd you say, what's that distance, 385?
About 380 there.
380.
It cleared it by quite a bit. The center fielder, Brett Meyer, just kept going back, looking over his shoulder, then ran out of room. The big blast by Jesse Fontaboa, and now 4-3 our score.
And what a big spot right there. Runner on first and third. Hitters count. Just got that one, and now Caden's throwing behind him, so he's definitely rattled.
Looked like a breaking ball, so that's usually not a pitch you're going to throw with the intent to hurt somebody. Corrali takes it as Ben Grigsby heads to the mound as a couple of guys head out to the bullpen for Doane University. A hit, a walk, and a 3-run home run have resulted in a lead change to the Oklahoma City University Stars. For Fontaboa, that is his 9th home run of the year. And now 32 runs batted in. Mound visit concludes, and we'll get back to the action.
And the last few breaking balls he's thrown, that one wasn't, but the last few breaking balls have just not been anywhere close. So I think he needs to start pounding the strike zone with fastballs and locating the inside-outside corners.
Corrali had a good hack at that one. Got it underneath it and fouled it away. Now 2-1 the count. A right-hander throwing in the Doane bullpen.
But so difficult to see with those numbers out there.
Corrali.
There's another one
Schultz
out there,
won
isn't
it
there?
almost the same spot, maybe even a little bit further. Trent Corali with the home run makes it a 5-3 game.
So Don Roddy Field, there's the fence, the home run fence, and then there's a fence out there. I don't know, what do you say, 20, 25 feet out there, whatever.
Yep.
Hit just the bottom part of that second fence, so that was a big shot right there.
Trent Corali, a team-leading 15 home runs, a team-leading 62 runs batted in. Back-to-back jacks by the Stars. That makes all the Oklahoma City fans very, very happy. And that will bring Josh Oltmans out of the Doane dugout. He's going to call to the bullpen. You're going to bring in the right-hander.
And we said before this inning started, dangerous part of the lineup, and now we have 23. I'll let you do the pronunciation on that because you have it all down, but he's up here and he's very dangerous at the plate. Chenier Rondeau, is that close?
Yes, Felix
Okay.
Chenier Rondeau.
So
As
he's
we
coming
get-
to plate now, and that's with no outs is definitely his time to continue this hitting streak right now.
And Doane does not have their uniform numbers on the front of the jersey, so we'll have to wait to see the number of the relief pitcher coming in. Things were going real well for Caden Crawford through the first 4 innings. He had only allowed 1 run on 4 hits, but his day will come to an end. A nice round of applause for Crawford as he heads to the Doane dugout. As Josh Oltman continues to talk with his infielders and relief pitcher on the mound. 20-something. I've got my binoculars trained on his back. Hopefully he'll turn around as he receives this ball from the catcher. Or maybe not.
Delivering kind of a 3/4 side-armed ordeal. It looks like it might start with a 1, I can't tell.
The first number is definitely a 2, and the second number
a 2?
might be a 7. I'm not sure, but or a 1.
If it's 21, it would be Jake Johnson.
He was warming up yesterday in the bullpen as well. This a little unusual delivery, kind of that sidearm sweeping motion. It's 21 or 27. We're trying to confirm here.
Jake
they're
King or Jake Johnson?
So yeah, it's Jake on the mound for the Tigers.
Pitching change for the Tigers, 21, Jake Johnson.
So looks like Jake Johnson, 5-0 on the year, with a 2.0 ERA coming in the middle part of this game.
So everybody up in the top of the first inning for Oklahoma City has gotten on and gotten home. A 3-run home run by Jesse Fontaboa, a solo home run by Trent Corali. Brings in new pitcher Jake Johnson. The first man he will face is Felix Chenier Rondeau.
Not really an easy batter to face as your first batter of the game, is it?
Has a big swing, fouls out of play, third base side. Chenier Rondeau, 1 for 2 today, a single and an RBI in the first, a strikeout in the third. That one's hit hard and into right field. A one-hop base hit past the second baseman out into right field. So we'll make that 5 consecutive guys reaching for the Stars. The Stars receiving votes in the NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. They've kind of been in and out of that top 25 throughout the course of the year. The Doane Tigers, number 18 in the coaches poll, and the Bellevue Bruins awaiting the winner of this game, number 5 in that same poll.
Took a few innings to get their bats going, but now things are getting pretty exciting.
Barrett Daniel, runner goes, and again a Grigsby throw right on the money to retire Felix Chenier Rondeau, trying to use a little bit of surprise, I think. But Grigsby's throw perfect right into the glove of the shortstop covering on the play. So now 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, surprise is a good word for that. Definitely, I wouldn't have called that to send him with the arm of Grigsby, and looked like it was a fastball coming in. So
Chopper on the ground to the second baseman. Over to first, and quickly 2 away after that 5 in a row reaching. Hunter Linehan on that play, 4-3. Looking at the scorecard, I guess we shouldn't be surprised because Felix Chenier-Rondeau is the team leader in stolen bases. He was 21 out of 25 prior to that attempt, so he got a good jump, and
he got a good jump, saw a good read. But yeah, Grigsby's arm is right on the money today.
Noah Kang, the designated hitter, next up for Oklahoma City. The pitch from Jake Johnson, strike 1 called. Orange and black, the school colors for Doane. Royal blue and black, the colors for Oklahoma City. We saw their royal blue jerseys yesterday, got the black today. 1-1 the count on Kang. 0 for 2 today in the DH role. Off the outside corner. The momentum has turned in the top of the 5th inning in favor of the Oklahoma City Stars. So those 7 base runners left on. There's a strike called. 7 base runners left on by the Tigers in the first 3 innings. They're wishing they had a few more of those across the plate. Johnson looks in. Fouled out of play.
And so there's some light action going on in Oklahoma City's bullpen, so I wonder what they're going to do coming into that next inning with a 2-run lead. Now, if they initially were going to continue with the starter and now change that up a little bit.
Both teams have their bullpens working. That one grazes the batter, Kang. He'll head down to first base on the hit by pitch. We've seen quite a few HBPs over the couple of days of this tournament, so the inning stays alive as shortstop Chad Pike will step to the plate. Pike 1 for 2 today, a single his last time up. Jake Johnson on in relief of starter Caden Crawford. Johnson, a senior from Chandler, Arizona, trying to hold off the Stars from any more runs in this inning. First pitch swinging, foul out of play by Pike. 4 runs on 4 hits thus far in the inning for the Stars. Johnson comes set and delivers a little bit up. Swing and a miss on a nicely located fastball, outer half.
Johnson really settled into a nice rhythm right now.
Low on that offering. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 1 man on. 5-3 our score. Oklahoma City Stars with a 4 spot in this inning have taken the lead by 2. Johnson, 6'5", a tall guy on the mound with that sidearm delivery. Runs it in on the batter who fouls it off himself. With that sidearm delivery of Johnson thrown to a right-handed batter, the fastball is going to keep tailing in on the batter. That one did exactly that as Pike fouled it off himself. One of my most embarrassing times when I fouled a pitch off my face. That stung for a while.
Yeah.
Right in the forehead. Good thing it didn't hit me in the nose, but it hit right in the forehead, took my helmet completely off, knocked it back about 20 feet.
But you're
Fortunately, Pike's not in that same situation. On the outside corner, a strike 3 call. Again, the Oklahoma City fans nodding, agreeing with that call. But it stands as is. 4 runs on 4 hits.
Stars 5, Tigers 3.
And that had some really nice tail on it. I could see where they were maybe grumbling a little bit about it. It was caught on the outside, but it tailed across that front part of that play, which all that matters is clipping the front part of that.
Clipping the outside corner, that's the call. And that inning comes to an end. After 4 1/2, our score, the Oklahoma City Stars 5, the Doane University Tigers 3. Still a lot of baseball ahead of us. We're halfway through this one. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, we'll be looking at the middle part of the Doane University lineup. A couple more texts in the queue. And we're hearing from Australia again. Lucas is going yard next time. We'll see if that happens.
Oh, how the it's changed a little over the last inning or so, huh?
And we've got a confirmation that, yes, the new pitcher is Jake Johnson. Again, we don't see these guys all the time or very much, so unless we see their number, we don't really know who they are. But somebody, obviously, it's a Doane fan who knows the sidearm style of Johnson, helping us out with that, so we appreciate it. Again, if you'd like to send along your greetings to us today, be part of the broadcast, 402-515-7654. Mick Krupski and Adam Watts bringing you the broadcast. One more game yet today. The Bellevue University Bruins will take on the winner of this game between the Tigers and the Stars for the bracket championship. If Bellevue wins, the tournament is done. Bellevue advances to Lewiston, Idaho, to the World Series. If whoever wins this one beats Bellevue in the second game today, we'll have one more game tomorrow afternoon at 12 noon for the whole ball of wax. First pitch swinging and driving it into left field, Luke LaChance greets the pitch from Grant Harrison.
Shortstop, number 30.
And so the Tigers now have an opportunity to come right back and get some runs on the board.
That momentum changed, and that was a good read on that play. But when those get there that quick, it's hard to just, all you do is react at third base. So they call it the hot corner for a reason.
Glance there off the glove of Fonteboa, but unable to make the play. A hard hit baseball for the base hit. Next up, Narumi Okayasu, the shortstop for the Tigers. Throw over to first base, in part to keep the runner close, in part to see if Okayasu was going to show bunt. Down by 2 runs. Probably won't be bunting to get to your 7, 8, 9 part of the order, but you never know. Different coaches like to play it different ways. That fastball up high.
I think we've all seen weirder things in this game of baseball, haven't we?
You would definitely so, including fouling one off your face. 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Make that 2 for 2, or maybe not. It stays up. A nice read out there in center field by Aiden Alexander. I thought that was going to drop for a base hit. Alexander wasn't playing very deep. So we got a good read, a good charge, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. LaChance scrambling back to first base.
Yeah, I did too. That ball just kept elevating, though. It never came down. So it was hit really hard, hit right on the barrel and right to him.
Next up for the Tigers, third baseman Justin Nevels. Nevels is 1 for 2, a single his last time up. Upstairs on the fastball.
One thing that's remained consistent all day is that strike zone up. He's not going to give it to him.
Can you use those binocs to see the number of the relief pitcher down there in the bullpen for Oklahoma City, please?
So it's 30. It's Connor Ferguson still out there.
He was up earlier, now up once again if he needs the call. Foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oklahoma City up 5-3. Breaking ball also misses high. 2-1 the count on Justin Nevels. Grant Harrison has gone all the way for Oklahoma City. Runner goes. Pitch high. Throw down to second base. Is in time. Down by 2 runs. Josh Oltmann sends the base runner. And a strong throw by the catcher. Reese Retchford denies him the bag.
Couldn't have been a better throw, better placement of where that was, where he caught it and tagged. Caught him right on the shoulder blades on the way down. What a great throw.
LaChance has 7 stolen bases on the year, 7 out of 9. But thrown out here, foul ball. Corrali nearing the screen. He will not have enough room to make a play on the first base side. So 2 outs in the inning now. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Justin Nevels. Nevels from Chugiak, Alaska. Started his college career at Alaska Middle College. Oh, and speaking of taking the helmet right off your head, that pitch does. Fortunately, he turned the right way, turning away from the pitch. And it doesn't look like he's hurt too seriously as he hustles down the bag.
I think adrenaline might be helping with that if it does hurt. So, I mean, that came in there pretty quick and never broke cross plate.
Kept running in and in and in, but a nice job. You always want to turn your head away to the right side, away from the direction of the pitch. As the next batter for the Tigers is catcher Ben Grigsby.
Yeah, we learned that this weekend in the team that I coach. We had someone try to get out of the way the front way, and he called it a strike because he went around and swung. So good coaching opportunity, but unfortunate turn of events.
First pitch upstairs. Oh, Harrison struggling a little bit up in the zone this inning. That's oftentimes a sign that you're starting to get a little bit tired. Your release point tends to get elevated. On the outside, Black, the called strike. 1-1 the count. Home plate umpire's been given an inch or 2 on the outside corner, but it's been both ways. So you realize that as the game goes on, you have to be aware of it.
Zone is big inside outside, but it's
not big up and down.
No,
that pitch was upstairs. Grigsby went chasing out of the zone. Now 2-2. Nevels the runner at first after reaching on the hit by pitch. Breaking ball misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 2-run lead for the Stars. Swung on and missed. A little bit of movement, maybe a cut fastball on that delivery from Grant Harrison for the strikeout to retire the side. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base in the inning. 5 innings in the book. It's official. 5-3 our score. Oklahoma City on top of Doane University. Way to go, Stars. Just know you can do it. Happily watching from Albuquerque. Get this game into the win column like you know you can. Thanks, guys, for a great broadcast. All right, our second text of the day from New Mexico. We appreciate you guys listening in. The land of enchantment, says their license plate. Never been to New Mexico, but sounds like a lovely place to visit.
Yeah, it's one state I haven't. I might have driven through a little bit of it, but nothing. Spent a lot of time there.
Covered a lot of the western United States in my life, not so much the eastern side. Somehow I miss New Mexico. Got Arizona, got Nevada, got Texas.
Growing up, our vacations were traveling to see different ballparks, and so getting to drive through across the United States, New Mexico not having any. No need to stop there if there's not a baseball game to watch, right?
They have one in Albuquerque. Isn't that the Albuquerque Isotopes? Isn't that the name of the minor league team that's there? Or at least it was for a while. I'm not sure if it's still there with their reorganization of Major League, Minor League Baseball agreement the last couple of years. Anyway, let's get back to the focus here at the Bellevue bracket. Top of the 6th inning, leading it off, second baseman Hunter Lenahan. Lenahan 1 for 2 today. 2 hits on the tournament. As back to the mound goes Jake Johnson for his second inning of relief work. Breaking ball misses inside on the first pitch to Lenahan. Hunter out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Called strike. He thought about a bunt, thought it was going to go low, but it stayed on the knees. 5 runs on 8 hits for Oklahoma City. 3 runs on 5 hits for Doane. Kind of a slow-paced game with all the pitches and base runners, as we are an hour and 45 minutes into this one after our 12 noon start. Foul out of play, 1 and 2.
Just got a text from a buddy listening, and he said it's still the Isotopes.
All right, thank you. All right.
Glad he could confirm that for us.
I think they even had a Simpsons episode
I would imagine.
that made poked fun at that, since Homer works at a nuclear power plant. 2-2 delivery on the outside, Black. The strikeout, the first out of the inning, second strikeout for relief pitcher Jake Johnson.
And that's just still showing you they're giving you inside, outside, inch to inch. Got to really swing it out there for those.
Back to the top of the order for Oklahoma City. 4th time through the order. Here's Aiden Alexander. Aiden with a couple of nice defensive plays. Also 1 for 3 at the plate. Flare down the right field line. White giving chase. It'll wind up in the gravel of the warning track. 3 different Tigers trying to get to the area, but not reachable for any of them.
Just goes back to what we said earlier, though. Big foul territory, big backstop at this field. So it's a long chase for all 3 of them out there.
Back to the home plate area goes Aiden Alexander as he gets ready for another swing of the bat. Johnson working exclusively from the stretch, delivers another pitch. That one's fouled. Heads up. There you go. Smart move, young man, getting out.
Way to get out of the way there.
The protective netting behind home plate covers a good chunk of the backstop, or the bleachers, excuse me, but where it ends, you got to be heads up, especially on this first base side. Lined to Lenahan, the second baseman, who will make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Pitcher number 27.
Those pitches are just tailing to the outside have proven to be an effective pitch for him, where starts inside, just breaks, just throw your bat out there, and making a lot of plays that way.
Catcher Reese Ratchford next up for the Stars. He walked as part of that 5 consecutive men reaching base, the 4 spot put up by the Stars last inning. Strike 1 called. That one's hammered to left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. First hit of the day for Reese Ratchford, his 3rd hit of the tournament. As he will step off, and courtesy runner Nicholas Pequin will join the fun at first base. Second time he's been on the bases for the Stars today, replacing Ratchford. Well, Jesse Fonteboa, whose big 3-run home run changed the momentum of this game his last time up. He's 1 for 2 today. A walk and a line out, his other plate appearances.
But that one was a was a shot.
Lays off the high fastball from Johnson. 1-0 the count. Fonteboa, the Las Vegas, Nevada native. Good luck today, Coach. Bellevue head coach Doane Monlex up in the press box checking things out. He not only gets to coach his team, but he also is in charge of the ground crew for getting Roddy ready for all the games. Chopped on the ground to third, hit in a good spot into the hole. The long throw to first is in time.
What a great play, going across his body, getting a good pick. Not only a good play by the shortstop, but what a pick by the first base, and have some patience, just wait on that, knowing it wasn't going to be at his chest.
Narumi Okayasu making the play at shortstop. The pick by Lucas White at first. A bang-bang play at first. Fonteboa thought he was safe as he gave the safe signal crossing the bag. The home plate, or from the first base umpire, had a different thought. And the inning comes to an end, 6-3 on the play. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and one man left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, our score remains Oklahoma City Stars 5 and the Doane Tigers 3.
And Harrison here coming back out for the bottom of the 6th. The last few innings, he's really kept his pitch count down, so it's really helped him with the ability to continue to go deep in there. So when he had 64 or so in the first, 3 innings, and
yes,
now he's at
94.
So within the last 2 or 3 innings, only 30 pitches. What a great time to settle in and just start hitting that strike zone and throwing hittable pitches to let your defense come out and play.
I'm really kind of surprised he's still in. Of his 15 appearances on the year, this is only his 2nd game started. He's only thrown a total of 23 innings coming into today's action, so really stretching out Grant Harrison. But again, as we look down to the bullpen, we see action heading back down there. Connor Ferguson, who's been up and down the last couple of innings, will get up once again. I'm thinking we're at the point of the game where as soon as one base runner gets on, then Coach Lytle gets the hook.
Yeah, I don't know if it's base hit that would get him, to pull him, or a walk, or see what happens. But yeah, I think the leash is short just because, like you said, very few innings throughout the rest of the season, and he's already through 5 going into his 6th now.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Tigers, the center fielder, Brett Meyer. Grant Harrison from the windup. Pitch, bunt attempt up the third base side. That'll land in foul territory.
That's what the second or third time today that he's really showed bunt and put down at least one successful one. We'll see if he goes again with 1 strike.
Plant that seed in the mind of the third baseman. That'll force him to play in a step or two. And so if you do get a good hack on a pitch on the inside, you may be able to smack it by him. Breaking ball in the zone. 0-2 the count on Meyer.
And that would have been the one to turn on and make that third baseman think a little bit. But
Meyer 0 for 1 today. A pop-up and a sacrifice bunt. That one comes in head high. 1-2 the count. Brett from Seward, Nebraska. A little northwest of the Lincoln area. Fouls that one out of play right side. Seward, the home of Concordia University. Bellevue and Concordia matched up in the championship game the last 2 years in the opening round here. Each team winning once. Coming our way. Bang! Off the overhang and back onto the field of play. Concordia winning in 2021 to earn their first ever trip to the Avista College World Series. Bellevue winning last year. Bellevue has made 15 appearances all time to the Avista World Series. Upstairs with that pitch, 2-2 the count. And that one off the elbow of Meyer. And the home plate umpire is going to say a strike call. The pitch was in the strike zone, and that will be a strikeout. And that will not make head coach Josh Oltmans happy.
I don't know that he overly extended his arm to get through there, but really made a good turn.
He didn't get out of the way, which
He didn't
technically
get out
you
of the
don't
way.
have to, but if the pitch is in the strike zone and it hits you, it's going to be a called strike.
Yeah.
That's what home plate umpire Mike Andrick is saying, that the pitch was in the zone, so if your elbow's hanging in the strike zone and hits you,
Yeah.
That's-
And maybe he was up on the plate and just turned in and it happened to be there, but tough to see from back here. You know, a home plate umpire has a better view at it than we do. Either way, head coach is definitely not happy with that call.
he's not going to win the argument, but that's the 4th strikeout of the game for Grant Harrison. And back to the top of the order for Doane, left fielder Joe Osborne.
14, Joe Osborne.
One out in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody on for Osborne. Osborne walked and scored the first run of the game for Doane back in the first inning. 0 for 2 since. And that one hits Osborne. No denying that that one's going to earn him a trip to first base.
No doubt about that one. That one never tailed back like I think he wanted it to.
Lucas White.
That'll bring Lucas White to the plate. White represents the tying run. His team down 5-3. Still tossing in the bullpen is Connor Ferguson. And now a visit from the pitching coach, and we will have a change. As signaled down, coming in for the Stars to replace the starter, Grant Harrison, will be number 30, Connor Ferguson.
Just like you said, one base runner on, regardless how he got there. That leash was short, and we'll see if Connor can close this out.
Now pitching number 30, Connor
A
Ferguson.
lot of hugs going his way as that's a senior pitcher. If they don't win this one, obviously season's over, right? So much respect to him and his career at Oak City.
Yeah, Grant Harrison gave everything he had. We said only 23 innings on the season, but winds up going 5 1/3 in today's elimination game. Oh, now it'll be up to Connor Ferguson to try to keep the Tigers at bay. Connor Ferguson, a junior. This will be his 10th appearance on the season. Of his 10 appearances, 3 of them have been in starting role. Tell us a little bit more about Connor Ferguson.
Yeah, it looks like you said 3 in the starting role, 3-0 when he is a starter, so not bad there, but a 7.96 ERA, 23 strikeouts on the year, 16 walks coming into the tournament. Just by looking at him here, he slings it. He's bringing it pretty quick. Find that strike zone, work low, and get some outs for his team.
He'll get his 8 warm-up tosses coming on. Ferguson, the junior from Garden City, Idaho. Another tall guy out on the mound, 6'3", 195 pounds. Started his college career at one of the funnest names of a city to say, Walla Walla. Walla Walla Community College, Walla Walla, Idaho.
Walla Walla, huh?
We've heard from Walla Walla. We've heard from Albuquerque. And lots of other places today. Thanks again for joining us. Mick Krupski doing the play-by-play of this one as we get ready to go. Adam Watts joining me today. Hey, let's give a tip of the cap, too, to Chris Williamson for his work the last couple of days and throughout the season. Chris having dad duties today. His son is graduating from kindergarten today. So
All right.
we got Adam doing a very nice job filling in his stead.
I guess that's one part of life that you might want to pay more attention to, right, is the dad duties. So
Good priorities, Chris.
Yeah,
Yes.
setting those priorities, Chris.
All right, Connor Ferguson about ready to get going here. The first man he will face is the 2-hole hitter, Lucas White. And as we mentioned throughout the tournament, White the guy for the Tigers when it comes to power and average. 410 average coming into today. 15 home runs, 64 runs batted in. Right man at the plate for the Tigers. A matchup between two pretty good-sized guys. Ferguson, first pitch, foul out of play, right side, or third base side, sorry.
But man, first pitch is he's swinging for it, right? Ferguson come with a little bit more power than Harrison did in a different arm slot. So we'll see how well he can see it.
Change up that time has White ahead with the swing. 0-2 the count. Set at the belt, and the pitch off the end of the bat to second base. Goes to second base for one. The return throw to first in time as the Stars complete the 4-6-3 double play to get out of the inning. Started by Lenahan over to Pike, and then on to first to Corrali to retire the side. So relief pitcher Connor Ferguson comes on and gets the job done in just a couple of pitches to end the threat.
It's a good job, like I said. Get some work done real quick and easy there.
Looking at the stat line here, Ferguson has a high earned run average, 7.96 in 26 innings of work. But up to the task there in the bottom of the sixth inning. 3 innings to go as the ground crew gets back to work. We'll give you one final call out if you'd like to join us. Send along a text message to 402-515-7654. Mick Krupski and Adam Watts doing the broadcast today. I'm a 1978 graduate of St. Mary's University in San Antonio, Texas. Played a little bit of baseball. I sat the bench down there for my time in the baseball team. Adam, a graduate of Mid-American Nazarene University down in Kansas, third baseman and catcher.
Spent my fair share on the bench too, Mick. Let's can't deny that. But it was good to play ball there, and actually played there and graduated from Bellevue. Actually, came home after playing a few years, but it was a good time. Right, still talk to those people, and that's a family that you have when you're playing ball, as I'm sure you can relate to still.
Jake Johnson back on to continue his relief work for the Tigers. He'll be looking at the 4-5-6 part of the order for the Stars. Trent Corrali went yard, a solo home run his last time up. 2 for 2 on the day, a single in the first, a hit by pitch in the third, and the yak in the fifth. First pitch, a called strike one on Corrali. So 2 contrasting pitching styles. Johnson, the sidewinder. Ferguson, more over the top. That one's fouled out of the catcher's glove. May have banged the home plate umpire as well. Bellevue baseball team arriving on site. Some of them down in the batting cage, some of them hanging out in the bleachers, awaiting to take on the winner of this game. Swing and a miss on the inside breaking ball.
Right fielder.
And that thing just broke last second. I thought we were gonna have another hit by pitch there, but it broke right there, and thought it was good enough to swing at it.
Corrali had second thoughts and I better swing, and he wound up being late. Third strikeout since coming on in relief for Jake Johnson. Next up, right fielder Felix Chenier-Rondeau. Chenier-Rondeau continues keeping that hot bat. He had 5 hits coming into today's action in the first 2 games. He has 2 more today. Has a healthy cut there. As Mickey Mantle used to say, swing hard in case you hit it.
And swinging hard, he sure does. He doesn't leave anything left in that batter's box.
1-1 the count. Way wide on that delivery. Another big healthy cut, but comes up empty. Stars didn't have a lot of guys on the Sooner Athletic Conference All-Star team. That pitch just misses outside.
And he wanted that one. He'd been calling that pretty closely all day, so hoping to earn that spot there for him.
Count goes full. Eli Davis was the pitcher of the year in the conference. Trent Corrali made the second team. Davis and Alexander made the Gold Glove team. Part of that 9-team Sooner Athletic Conference. Oklahoma and Northern Texas primarily.
And Johnson's doing a really good job mixing these pitches up, having people guess a lot.
Popped up. Will it stay in play? It will not. I was waiting for the bang sound off the top of the metal roof of the overhang, but it missed that as well. So another 3-2 pitch in this battle between pitcher and hitter. Chenier, Rondeau, and Johnson. Line hard, but foul up the right field side.
Foul by about 3 feet, and he really wanted that to land. That would have got him running. With how quick he is, like you said, top of the stolen base for the team, he could have legged that out to a double.
Chenier Rondeau started his college career at Cowley College before joining the Stars program. That backdoor curveball not called, and it'll be a walk to Chenier Rondeau.
That's twice Johnson threw that and wanted that and has earned that spot. But, you know, from here it looked close, but down there it must have been just outside that, what he's been given all day.
That's why the umpires get paid the big bucks to make those decisions.
That's right.
Here's left fielder Barrett Daniel. Daniel 0 for 2 today, including a walk. Out toward left field. Joe Osborne settles underneath it and makes the catch. Now 2 away in the inning. Designated hitter Noah Kang. Kang 0 for 2, plus a hit by pitch. Single runs in the first 3 innings for Doane. Single run and then a 4 spot in the 4th for Oklahoma City. That takes us to our 5-3 score. Line back up the middle. The flip to second base, not in time. Good distance covered there by Narumi Okiasu to try to get to it. Had a little difficulty getting it out of his glove, however. His flip to second base, not in time. We're going to rule that infield hit. All right, Bill Mullins, the official scorer, says that Kang will get credit for a hit on that play.
That was a great hit, great play too. You got some speed on the path. He kind of looks like Chenier Rondeau looks a little like a bigger guy, but man, he can move.
Next up for the Stars, shortstop Chad Pike, trying to add a little insurance to their 2-run lead. Stars out hitting the Tigers 10-5. Tigers have not had a real great hitting series. Only 4 hits in their Game 1 loss to these Oklahoma City Stars. 8 hits in their Game 2 victory over Grandview, and just 5 hits thus far today.
Which is also crazy to think about. I mean, coming into the tournament, they're hitting as a team 331. So definitely not a team that can get where they're at without hitting the ball.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Pike looked like he was trying to go opposite field on that pitch, breaking away from him.
Great spot for that to go. If he gets a hold of that and gets that opposite field, he's scoring the guy at second.
Fastball bites down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 2 on, 2-run ball game. in this top of the 7th inning of the scheduled 9-inning contest. That one's hit in the air to the right field side. Nathan Mensick out there in right field, back a couple of steps, and he'll glove it to retire the side. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. As we head to the 7th inning stretch time, our score remains Oklahoma City University 5, Doane University 3. Harry Carey's going to lead us in the 7th inning straight. Rest in peace, Harry.
Better Harry than myself, so we'll pay respects, even though I'm a Cardinal fan. Still respect for what he did for the game.
Well, he was a Cardinals announcer for many years back in the day before his Cubs time, so. Pre-game hubbas from the Sakamotos listening out in California. Cade Sakamoto on the Bellevue squad. His dad always sends along a hubba hubba. Glad you're with us once again to see who the Bruins will face in game number 2 today. Colorado Cousins are cheering on Doane. They say, go Tigers. And our Australia friend is saying we should put $100, American or Australian, on the Doane money line. Shout out to Jake Johnson from Phoenix, Arizona. Let's go Doane. Jake on in relief for the Tigers. Shout out to the amazing broadcast crew and the MLB style commentating. Well, thank you. That's a very lovely
quite the compliment.
You betcha. Adam Watts over there. Mick Krupski here. My name. I'm an old high school baseball coach. Played baseball from the time I was 7 until finally retiring at age 59. So a couple of years ago.
Just 1 or 2.
Just 1 or 2 years ago. So yeah, I was playing in the Omaha Senior League, which was open to players 30 and older. So my final year as a pitcher when I was 59 and having 30-year-old guys hit line drives back at my head, I figured, okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah, it's probably time to be done.
Here we go at the bottom of the 7th inning. Leading it off, right fielder Nate Mensick. Made the catch to end the last half inning. He'll be the first to bat in this part. 0 for 3 day thus far for Nate. He would love to get on board to start things off in the 7th inning. Connor Ferguson back for relief work. Chopper to Hopper to third. Glove there by Fonteboa. Strong throw across the diamond. 5-3 on the play for the first out.
Designated hitter number 22, Christian Yen.
That was a good spot out of Ferguson, though, to keep that ball low and get some ground balls for his team. The field is in incredible shape right now and really getting some pure hops there off the grass. And third base not playing too far off with him being the leadoff hitter for the inning.
Christian Yanez, the next batter for the Doane Tigers. Fastball from Ferguson in the dirt. Ferguson does a nice job. You expect him with somebody of his size, he could be coming out and flame throwing every pitch, but he does a nice job of changing velocity. That one down the third base line, foul.
Yeah, he's got what I can tell, maybe 3-4 pitch arsenal, and really locating all of them very well. Nothing, in warm-ups he was a little wild out and in, but really settling nicely right now.
There are a couple of guys standing around down in the Stars bullpen, but nobody throwing with any intent right now. Again, looks like might have been a change-up there that Yanez hits a sky-high fly ball in foul territory down the third base side. Jesse Fonteboa, the third baseman, makes back-to-back plays, first getting the assist on the ground ball and now the put-out on the fly ball.
Luke LaChance.
Second baseman Luke LaChance next to hit. LaChance, the 5-hole hitter today for the Tigers. A little comebacker to the pitcher. Ferguson gloves it, throws it in time. A 1-2-3 inning, a very quick, limited amount of pitches innings for Connor Ferguson as he retires the Tigers. 7 innings in the book, 2 to go. The Stars 5 and the Tigers 3.
Good to see Ferguson showed up to infield practice in his day to get that step and throw. You know, they say the hardest throw for a pitcher to make is the one to first base. So threw a rocket right at his chest and got that third out. It looks like it might be number 25 out there, Cole Sedgwick for Oak City.
Tossing the ball around
Yeah,
in
tossing it,
case he's
just
needed.
just getting loose a little bit. Nothing crazy. If Ferguson can continue to do what he's doing, no need for him, I don't think. But you never know what happens in this lovely game of baseball.
As of right now, the starting pitchers are the pitchers of record. Grant Harrison would be the winning pitcher if the score does not change. Caden Crawford, the losing pitcher. Quick sip of the old Dr. Pepper before we get back to work. This is the 23rd all-time appearance for Oklahoma City in the NAIA National Baseball Tournament. The 6th appearance for Doane. Doane has never made it to the Avista College World Series in Lewiston. The Stars, frequent visitors. They've been there 16 times over the years. Top of the 8th inning, second baseman Hunter Lenahan will start it off for Oklahoma City.
16 times. They're seasoned vets here. They know how to play in these tough games to get where they need to be.
First pitch swinging, line drive to right field. Mensick comes up throwing, makes it a close play at first. But Hunter Lenahan does get down there in time to earn the base hit.
That was a bang play. I don't think he got out of the box as quickly as he thought, and that right fielder just he came up gunning it and the runner had to hightail it there.
Yeah, Mensick knew he was going to get that quickly off the one hopper and fired strongly to first.
I think a throw to his chest, it would have been a lot closer there.
Top of the order for Oklahoma City, center fielder Aiden Alexander. Showing bunt, puts it up the third base line, fielded there. The throw to first is not in time. The throw behind the second base, but the runner's on his way to third. Heady base running by Hunter Lenahan. He got the second and kept right on going because he saw that the third baseman had to make the play, Justin Nevels, and then nobody was covering third, so he kept right on going. It'll be an infield single on the bunt by Aiden Alexander. And now Hunter Lenahan all the way around at third, an opportunity for Oklahoma City to add on to their 2-run lead. But first, a visit from the Doane staff.
Everything that happened in that play was just bang, right? Picture perfect. The third baseman got to it, threw maybe a two-hopper. Great pick by the first baseman. Great base running by, I don't know who's on there, but a guy who went from number 12, first and third. Heads up, nobody was there. Catcher ended up having to run down third baseline to get it. A lot happened in that play, but really heads up play by both teams.
If you were with us yesterday, Chris Williamson doing the color kept talking about Bellevue University putting on pressure baseball, making the other team make a defensive play. We saw an example of that right there from Oklahoma City as Lenahan just kept right on going. First the bunt to put pressure, then the base running to put on pressure. As we've got action down in the bullpen for the Tigers.
Yeah, put the ball in play, good things happen. So that was fun to watch there. Something going on here. He's signaling up here.
It looks like Kyler Beekman is warming up in the pen for the for the Tigers.
Is there?
The signal was just that was the second mound visit from the coaching staff. So the Stars still have one to play with, one freebie left in their tank. As stepping up to bat, the catcher, Reese Ratchford. Alexander, the runner at first, getting his lead. He has 13 stolen bases, and he'll make that 14 as no throw on the play. Puts runners at second and third. Again, pressure baseball.
Smart decision to have him go there with first and third, nobody out. And even smarter play to not throw that anywhere. You can't afford to give another run up when you're down 2 late in this game.
That'll force the Tigers to play the infield up on the edge of the infield grass. Ratchford takes that pitch inside. 1-1 the count. Ratchford job tried to get something through to the outfield. Sacrifice fly, base hit. Runner at third, Lenahan. Runner at second is Alexander. Popped out of play. With the infield playing in and nobody out, Lenahan, the runner at third, probably going to make the ball go through the infield. Won't have the contact play on here. With one out, different situation. Again, in off the plate. 2-2 the count on the Stars catcher.
And Johnson keeps going inside, but he has not been getting that call all day long. So need to adjust probably and see what you can do on the outer half maybe.
The set at the belt and the pitch. Upstairs, full count. First base is open. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to walk them to put a force play on at any base. But down by 2, you hate to add additional base runners if you can get around it.
But you got Fonteboa coming up, 3-hole hitter. Big spot, no outs. You really want this out here.
Swing and a miss. A great job by Jake Johnson for the strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Jesse Fonteboa.
Here's Jesse Fonteboa. His 3-run home run in the 5th inning has been the difference in this game. He went over the left center field fence for the 3-run jack. An opportunity here with 2 runners on again. Fonteboa with 32 runs batted in on the season. Again, the infield playing on the edge of the grass. Breaking ball misses inside.
Johnson continues to be animated by that inside pitch, and he's just not going to get it.
Trying to jam Fonteboa if he can. Runner at third, Hunter Lenahan gets his lead in foul territory. That one's fouled out of play. 1-1 the count.
Much better pitch running away from him. Just throws your bat out there and fouls it off.
Outfielders playing a little bit shallower than normal depth. They want to try to get an opportunity to throw out the runner at the plate if possible. That one's hit in the air down the right field line. Mensick on the run. It's in foul territory. You really don't want to catch that as Nathan crashes into some obstacle down there next to the fence. It's not the tarp, but there's
It's a plyo wall, I guess is what Bill said. Got some bending over the fence. That can't feel good running full speed into that.
And really, that's a catch he doesn't want to make, because if he does make the catch, it's an easy tag at third from the base runner. Just let that one go once you know it's in foul territory. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see him hustling out that way with that situation in mind.
So the attention back on the batter, Jesse Fonteboa, and relief pitcher Jake Johnson. The 1-2, that one's fouled straight back over our heads. Count remains 1-2. 12 hits for the Stars to only 5 for Doane. Doane's offense has been shut down. They've not had a hit since the 3rd inning. Johnson comes set. Hit in the air to right field. Mensick trying to stay behind it so he could get his momentum coming home. He makes the catch. Here's the tag at third. The strong throw to the plate is not going to be in time. As sliding in comes Hunter Lenahan with the 6th run of the game. An RBI for Jesse Fonteboa, his 4th run batted in of the game. And now 2 outs in the inning, also tagging up Aiden Alexander now at third.
And even if that throw was on the money, I don't think it gets him with the depth that was in right field and a great tag up at third.
Here's Trent Corrali, the 4-hole hitter for Oklahoma City. He too with an RBI home run. A couple of hits on the day for Corrali. 5 hits on the tournament for the cleanup guy. Infield back to their regular depth now with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Good location on the outer half of the plate. 1-1 the count. Long way back between home plate and the backstop, so Ben Grigsby has to block up everything in the dirt. Fouled back to the screen by Corrali. Corrali looks like he's wanting to try to pull everything.
He is, but Johnson's doing a good job throwing those. I mean, his pitch has a lot of movement. Every single one of them's got a lot of movement. 10 to the outside box. Tough to pull those when it's away from you.
Here's the 1-2. Coming right at us. Oh, we'd have had it.
Either that or to flipped our helmet off. One of the two.
My granddaughter had her first T-ball game the other day. That was a lot of fun to watch. Kind of crazy too, but
yeah,
a lot of fun.
It's like herding cats, right?
Yep. 1-2. Off the outside edge. Grigsby held it a little extra long time for the umpire to get a second or third look. Doesn't get the call. 2-2.
And he wanted that. Is there, how many outs are there?
2 outs.
2 outs. Okay, on the board. Because he walked off towards the mound. He wanted that one big.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Same location. The swing and the miss for the strikeout to retire the side. The Stars pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. After 7.5, our score, Oklahoma City 6 and Doane 3. Okiasu, Nevels, and Grigsby, the first 3 scheduled hitters in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Tigers.
And now's the time for them 3 to really come in clutch and get this offense rolling. So we'll see what they do. Get to the bottom lineup, get back to the top, and just put some pressure on them.
One more text message in the queue. Enjoying watching and listening from Ada, Oklahoma, while getting my great nephew Reese Ratchford play. Reese done a nice job behind the plate for the Stars. We've seen some great catching throughout this tournament. Ratchford and Grigsby.
Yeah, watching in yesterday even, not a lot of pass balls, not a lot of wild pitches. They were able to block those in and keep them in front. And as we said many times before in this broadcast, that backstop is deep. I helped coach on this field, a few years ago, and catchers hated it. We would throw balls at them to make them chase it if we had to. So, yeah, it's tough for a catcher to do that. So they're doing a really good job working hard.
6 runs on 12 hits for Oklahoma City. 3 runs on 5 hits for Doane. As I mentioned just a bit ago, Doane has not had a hit since back in the 3rd inning. So 4 consecutive innings. Let me change that. They had a hit in the 5th.
Number 30.
So only 1 hit in the last 4 innings.
Okayasu.
Starting it off for the Tigers, Narumi Okayasu. 1 for 2 on the day, including a walk and a single. First pitch swinging opposite way for a base hit. Second time today he's gone that way, taking the outside pitch to left field.
Great way to get this started, right? First pitch of the inning, takes it that way and see if his team can help produce for him.
Okayasu, the runner at first base. The next batter, third baseman, Justin Nevels. Down by 3 runs, probably not a bunt situation here. The Tigers will need to hit their way back into this one. Now 6 hits on the game for the team from Crete, Nebraska.
Ideally something in that right center gap, giving him a little room out there. So if he can put it out that way, Okayasu can make his way to third and really put some more pressure on him.
First pitch from Connor Ferguson is upstairs, ball 1. Ferguson came on in the 6th inning. Induced a double play ground ball. And that one hits the forearm of the batter, Justin Nevels. And just like that, the first 2 guys on. And now the tying run comes to the plate.
Catcher number 9, Ben Grigsby.
Ben Grigsby with an opportunity here. Now maybe we might see a bunt situation to move 2 up into scoring position. Let's check Grigsby's power numbers. He has no home runs on the year. Doesn't mean he can't do it, but officially 0 for 1 today. A walk and a strikeout. Shortstop trying to keep the runner close at second. Now they wheel. The pitch, a called strike 1. Opens up a lot of the infield when you do this. Let's see if
really not a bad idea to show bunt there, though. I mean, you got Grigsby working hard behind the plate. It's 80-ish degrees outside right now, getting a little warm. His power might be an energy level, so great idea to get that run. We'll see if he does it again.
last time the corner infielders pinched in on the wheel play. Let's see if they do that again. They begin to. The bunt goes right back to the mound. The throw will be to third base, and it is in time. The bunt went right back to the mound. That allowed Connor Ferguson to field it quickly and to throw over to third base.
Good heads-up play by Ferguson, knowing that he may not got a good jump and was able to scoop that up and not have to turn around. Right, it was right back at him. Was able easy throw to third.
That'll be ruled a fielder's choice for Grigsby. He'll step out as the courtesy runner Tanner Black steps in. So runners still at first and second, but now one out for center fielder Brett Meyer.
And he's shown bunt a couple times today too, so we'll see if they go that route or let him swing away.
Ferguson comes set, delivers fastball. It's in the kitchen of Brett Meyer for the swing and the miss. So a couple of times today the Tigers have had opportunities with the bunt game, but didn't get the job done. Chopped foul up the third base side over near head coach Josh Oltmans. Meyer, the 9-hole hitter, so the top of the order awaits on deck. How's that for a statement of the obvious?
Get him on the base path, though. He's quick, center fielder, eight stolen bases this year before tournament. That may not seem like a lot, but create havoc.
Meyer, right side, base hit. Down into the corner. Here comes the runner around third. Justin Nevels will score on the play. Here comes the second runner to come into home plate. The throw will be to third base. And it's not in time. Brett Meyer with a 2 RBI triple has jolted new life into his team.
We just said it how quick. He got around that base path pretty quick and slid in and almost overslid that base and had to reach back. What a great shot to the right side of the for Myers.
That ball got right down into the right field corner. We talked about how much room there is in foul territory. Well, that also down by that 325 line, there's additional room. So an opportunity for the triple, and Brett Meyer comes through. 6-5 our score.
This might be the most life we've seen out of Doane's dugout in the last few innings when they've, gone scoreless 4 innings, it looks like. So yeah, a lot of energy, a lot of life. We'll see if they can keep this going. 1 out, runner on third. You got to get that run in.
We've got an offensive timeout called on the field as the Doane coaching staff wants to talk with their base runners and batter Joe Osborne. A walk, a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice on a sacrifice attempt, and then the 2 RBI triple by Brett Meyer. Take us to the 6-5 score for Brett Meyer. That is his 26th and 27th run batted in on the season, his first triple of the year. So now Oklahoma City will bring the infield in. And the job of Joe Osborne to try to elevate something to the outfield, just like Oklahoma City did in the last half inning. First pitch fouled out of play.
At this point, you're hoping for base hit or at least a deep pop fly at the very least so he can tag up. We know Myers has some speed, and he'll tag hard, run hard. So just got to do a job here.
Infield up, outfield at regular depth. Lined into right field for the base hit. We are tied at 6. The RBI single by Joe Osborne. A 3-run bottom of the 8th inning has tied it as Brett Meyer comes across to score. Meyer receives congratulatory handshakes from his teammate as he head back to the bench after the big triple, and now the run scored.
And that pressure that Oak City was putting on, now Doane's putting that on there, flip-flop. So we got ourselves a ball game now, Mick.
Game of momentum. It switches, it comes and it goes. Here's Lucas White. White hit it in the air to right field. Chenier Rondeau has a beat on it. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning.
And he didn't miss that thing by much. It was towards the end of the bat and just kind of got caught off balance. But, man, that was potential to be very dangerous for Oak City there.
Home plate umpire wants to check the baseball since it came off the top of the bat, making sure there was no rip in the leather. Stepping up is the Tigers right fielder, Nate Mensick. Mensick 0 for 4 today. He would love to get into the hit parade right here. The runner at first, Joe Osborne. Osborne does have 9 stolen bases on the year. He's got a great jump at first. There's no way they're going to throw him out. And now the throw does go into center field. And he'll advance to third. So credit Osborne with a stolen base. And then an E2 on the throw that got past the second baseman. So the runner at third, 2 outs, so the infield can play at regular depth, but it just puts a little extra pressure now to be perfect on a ground ball.
And he did. He got a great jump off that and actually took a jump and then took another jump on it if we saw it. And but you almost ask yourself as a catcher, do you throw that? You know?
And a timeout requested by the catcher, Reese Ratchford. And they're going to intentionally walk Nate Mensick to put runners at first and third as designated hitter Christian Yanez will step to the plate.
22, Christian Yanez.
So they didn't want to deal with Mensick with a 373 batting average. Instead, they'll try to take care of Yanez, who's no slouch at the plate either.
Yeah, I think it might be more
359.
That force now is at second.
Yes.
And, you know, hope for a ground ball rollover and be able to flip that there.
Three runs on 3 hits thus far in the inning. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Connor Ferguson on in relief for Oklahoma City. Both starting pitchers are now not the pitchers of record. They can't get a win or a loss. Chopper, foul territory. Twenty hits total in the game. 12 for Oklahoma City, 8 for Doane. Runner goes to second base, so that will eliminate any chance of a force play there. And instead, 2 runners in scoring position. An uncontested stolen base. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Christian Yanez. In tight. 3-1.
I think there's no sense in throwing him anything good right now. Then again, you have first base open. I know there's a threat for more runs there, but have to have a force opportunity at least.
The 3-1 pitch, way wide. That will be a walk for Yanez, and the bases are loaded.
Bases loaded.
And the batter will be second baseman Luke LaChance, the 9th batter of the inning for Doane. Doane has left the bases loaded a couple of times already in this game, back in the first and third. They don't want to do it again, as it looks like we're going to have a visit from the coach and
maybe 24 coming in somewhere.
Number 24, Tristan Williams, coming in from the dugout. Had he been warming up and we just didn't see it? Not quite sure, but that will be the end of the line for reliever Connor Ferguson. So we'll draw a line under Yanez as his last batter. Tristan Williams, a senior.
So number 8 is going to be pitching, it looks like here. So Chad Pike's coming in to pitch, maybe. 24 going into shortstop.
With 24, wasn't he a left-hander?
Coming from shortstop, number 8.
Doesn't look
Yep,
like it.
Chad Pike is coming in to pitch. So that part for sure.
Into shortstop, Tristan Williams.
All right, so Tristan Williams will come in the designate. Let's make sure here.
Yeah, he's up now. I saw him.
I believe this is correct. I believe Tristan Williams will come into the game. Will Williams come in the DH spot, Bill?
Shortstop. Hold on. Shortstop is where the right that he was the DH.
Yeah, it should be for the DH.
Okay, that's what I thought. So,
He's done.
so we're getting lines and arrows all over the scorebook here. So Tristan Williams will enter the game, the senior from South Lake, Texas. He'll enter in the DH spot. As Chad Pike will get his 8 warm-up tosses. Chad must have been throwing down in the bullpen between innings, helping to get ready. So Tristan Williams will come into the game to play shortstop. And he will bat in the DH spot. So technically, the Stars will lose their DH here. So 2 outs in the inning, bases loaded, new pitcher on for the Stars. That's Chad Pike, and he will face Luke LeChance. All right, this game has been full of critical junctures. Here's another one right here.
And you don't see that too often, right? Shortstop coming in to pitch. Not at this level anyway, but see if we can get him out of it.
Pike comes set. His first pitch, a breaking ball. Misses up, I guess.
That's what it looks like. He's smiling, wanted it, but consistent zone.
A 12-6 breaking ball there kind of fooled the batter, LeChance. 1-0 the count. Fastball hit in the air, out of play. Pike has made now 6 appearances on the season as a pitcher, all of them in relief. And a 0.00 earned run average. That's hit to the right side. It's going to be a foul ball.
Oh, my goodness.
Just by about a foot.
About a foot, yeah.
Chenier Rondeau giving chase, but was nowhere near making the catch. Just a few inches foul as it just
That could have quite possibly cleared the bases too, Mick. That was perfectly placed.
2 for sure, 3 possibly. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Luke LeChance.
If he can get him here, I can only imagine the energy they have.
LeChance 1 for 4 today. Breaking ball stays alive, skews that one off the top of the bat over near the Stars dugout. 9th batter of the inning. Three hits, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. Pike comes set, now delivers. The breaking ball gets the strikeout to retire the side.
As expected, walking off that mound, pumped, ready to make things happen in the top of the 9th here.
So for the 3rd time today, in the 1st, the 3rd, and now in the 8th, the Tigers leave them loaded. And after 8 complete innings of play, our score, the Stars 6 and the Tigers 6. Elimination game on day number 3 of the NAIA National Baseball Tournament's Bellevue Bracket Opening Round. Back to the hill for the Doane Tigers goes Jake Johnson. He is now the pitcher of record. for the Tigers, and the pitcher of record for the Stars is Chad Pike. So nail-biting baseball as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Again, we want to remind you that the winner of this game will play once again yet today. They'll take on the Bellevue University Bruins, the last remaining undefeated team in the tournament. If Bellevue wins that game, they are the bracket champion. If Bellevue loses, they'll play one more game tomorrow at 12 noon to decide who is the bracket champion.
Gavin said, shout out to the AD Ed, came around and gives 50 minutes in between game time, and so we'll be a little bit delayed for the start time. You know, depending on what happens here, obviously, too. So
50 minutes?
50, yeah.
5-0. All right, making sure here. All right, here we go at the top of the 9th inning. Leading it off, right fielder Felix Chenier-Rondeau. 2 hits today, 7 hits in the tournament for the right fielder from Canada. First pitch on the outside black for a called strike 1. Johnson came on in the 5th inning, relieving starter Caden Crawford after he gave up that 4-run inning. That one's hit deep to center field. On the run, off the base of the fence. Chenier-Rondeau with a leadoff double.
I thought
banging the ball all over the park.
Double to start the 9th.
Center fielder Brett Meyer hustling back as fast as he could, but he knew he couldn't catch it. Got it in quickly, but not before Felix was on second base. Oh, what a tournament for Felix Chenier-Rondeau. Next up, the left fielder, Barrett Daniel. Barrett 0 for 3, looking to try to pull the ball and advance the base runner. Let's see if Johnson tries to keep it away. Got a good pitch to hit, fouled it straight back. Almost took out a sparrow hanging on the net. Even the birds have to be careful when they're around the ballpark. First baseman Lucas White on the edge of the infield grass. Third baseman Neville, similar on the other side of the field. Foul out of play now, 0-2. Now the infielders will back up to regular depth. Way wide on that one. A right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Doane should Johnson need relief help. Misses away, 2-2. Trying to get Daniel to chase, but he's been disciplined. He'll get the job done by advancing the base runner. Lenahan, the second baseman. Throw to first base is just in time. Good hustle down the line, but Barrett Daniel on the play. Chenier-Rondeau advancing to third. So tip of the cap of executing the play to Barrett Daniel. He'll get some claps from his teammates.
Good
and now
job.
the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
And now we have some activity in Oak Cities, maybe a closer potentially. So I wonder if, you know, maybe Pike goes back to short even.
Infield pulled in once again. Swing and a miss. Tristan Williams, his first at-bat of the game, just checked in with that last defensive switch that brought Chad Pike into the game. So how's this for a little pressure? First at-bat of the game. Squeeze is on, but the ball is fouled back to the net. Now 0-2. Felix Chenier-Rondeau coming down with the release of the pitch, but Williams couldn't put it into play.
I think the way that his tail's off, it was hard to really to continue to reach that bat across the zone to even get the bat on it at all.
Now 0-2 the count. Williams stays alive, following that back. Williams, a .297 hitter on the season. He's played in 48 games, 48 of the 52 games for Oklahoma City. Johnson again comes set. A little flare into the shallow right field. Here comes Mensick, the right fielder. He'll make the catch. His throw to home plate in plenty of time to prevent the base runner, Chenier Rondeau, from trying to score.
Yeah, it just wasn't quite deep enough for him to tag on there, but great fake tag. Took 4 or 5 hard steps. See where that threw in. It went straight to Grigsby's chest.
Doing that, trying to hope that somehow the ball gets uncorked wildly out of the arm of Mensick and wind up in the stand somewhere, but that didn't happen, so it'll be up to Chad Pike, now the pitcher for Oklahoma City. 1 for 4 for Pike today. Infield back to regular depth. Breaking ball misses away. Hit on the ground to short. Glove there, and across the diamond in time. Narumi Okiasu with the play. The leadoff double goes for naught. The fly ball and the ground ball end the inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 9th inning, 1 run will win it. We're tied at 6. Luke LaChance will made the last out, so Narumi Okayasu will start it off for the Tigers in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Still to be determined who's going to come out and throw. But Tristan Williams back at shortstop. So maybe Pike will come back out. Looks like Pike might be coming back out to the mound.
Yep, he is. All right, so Chad Pike will continue his relief effort. Called upon and got the strikeout to end the bottom of the 8th inning. Pike, no wins, no losses, 1 save, 5 2/3 innings of work on the season.
And it looked like it was number 2 Eli Davis, left-hander pitcher, senior, that was warming up out there. So I don't know if he was warming up to see maybe if Pike gets in trouble or really try to start loosening it up for next game if possible. But you got to win this one before you look to the next.
Yeah, Davis was the guy who got the complete game victory in the opener, went the whole 9 innings, only allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. So not sure if he's just getting some work, hoping to be used later in the tournament if the Stars win, or if he's going to try to come in for a little bit of relief if needed.
Leading off the bottom of the 9th for the Tigers, yesterday's hero, shortstop, number 30,
Narumi Okayasu. 2 hits today, home run yesterday. Going to try to get things started off for the Tigers in the 9th inning. Hold on to your hats. If the Tigers score a run, they win. If not, we're going to extra innings.
Last inning, this is the part of the lineup that really produced, so could be an interesting finish here.
Breaking ball from Pike, a called strike 1. The wind and the pitch, another breaking ball, called strike 2. So King, I think his curveball seems to be his best pitch in at least the limited amount of time we've seen him. Nice sharp downward bend on that. Comes with it again. Okayasu fouls it. Again, an 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, Okayasu does not chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Breaking ball, up and away, 2-2. Okayasu, a .381 batting average, a .381 on-base percentage, so he doesn't walk a whole lot.
I mean, I guess he shouldn't be...
Shot down the ground to third. Fontaboa across the diamond, bang, bang play, but the out is recorded, 5-3.
Shouldn't be too big of a surprise that we see Chad Pike. As I look at the stat sheet, he's pitched 5 games and a 0.00 ERA, so not too bad when he does come in and pitch.
Tiger third baseman Justin Nevels. Nevels was hit by a pitch last inning and came across to score the first of 3 runs in the inning. Fouled that one out of play. So game number 2 today definitely will be later on its starting time. It won't be 3:30. It'll probably be closer to 4 o'clock. Fastball, outer half for the called strike. Now 0-2 on Nevels. Nevels has been hit twice, got a hit, and struck out. Stays alive, fouling that one out of play. The swing and the miss, the second strikeout for Chad Pike of the 3 batters he has faced. So with 2 outs in the inning, next man up, catcher Ben Grigsby.
Catcher number 9, Ben Grigsby.
The Tigers have already pinch hit once for Grigsby, so if they try to pinch hit a game, he cannot re-enter. So Grigsby trying to keep the inning alive, batting in the 8 hole. Comebacker to the pitcher. Pike, normally shortstop, able to make the play. And the toss to first. And hey, we are going to extra innings. A 3-up, 3 down, bottom of the 9th inning. And more free baseball coming your way on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Here are our line totals through 9 complete innings of play. 6 runs on 13 hits, 1 error for the Oklahoma City University Stars. 6 runs on 8 hits and no errors for the Doane University Tigers. As we head to the top of the 10th inning, it'll be the 9-1-2 part of the order for Oklahoma City. And when the Tigers come up to bat, they will also have their 9-1-2 part of the order.
Johnson come back to take the mound, see if he can, what he can do. But I mean, I don't know the pitch count. We can check with Bill, but he's got to be getting up there, doesn't he?
Bill, what is Johnson's pitch count, please? Thank you. 80 is the pitch count.
Yeah, he's got to be getting, I mean, like I said, he's got to be getting up there. So I wonder if that leash is short. There's a few guys out there stretching out in Doane's bullpen, but nothing, incredible warm-up or anything. So we'll see what happens here.
5 complete innings for Jake Johnson. 80 pitches he has thrown. Eleven men left on base in the game for Doane. Also 11 men left on base for the Stars. So here we go at the top of the 10th inning. Bellevue baseball team hoping this game goes 100 extra innings. No, they don't hope that many, but they're hoping these 2 teams continue to tire each other out before they face the winner in the next game. Here's second baseman Hunter Lenahan. First pitch from Johnson, way wide. Again, outside, 2-0 the count.
The one consistent thing with Johnson all day has been his movement on all of his pitches. So it's been effective.
Some of the fans still soaking up the sun. Some of the fans underneath the shade of the overhang. Now 2-1 the count as he hits the outside black.
I see a couple up there that there's some red spots on some arms, so that sun is beaming down pretty good.
Going to be wearing some burns later on today and tomorrow. The 2-1 pitch chopped on the ground and through the hole. A leadoff base hit for Hunter Lenahan. His second consecutive hit, his 3rd hit of the game. His 4th hit of the tournament. He's the leading man on for Oklahoma City. They'll turn it back to the top of the order. Let's see what happens with the leadoff man, Aiden Alexander. But first, a visit to the mound. We have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Doane.
And this is about what I expected too, is, one runner on. 80 pitches in. He's probably 83, 84 now. This is just some time to bide it to get him warmed up.
It's either 18 or 19 in the bullpen. And the mound visit concludes.
Stars, center fielder number 18, Aiden Alexander.
All right, so let's see what happens with Aiden Alexander. A couple of hits today. 2 for 5 on the day. 5 hits on the tournament for the leadoff guy. Shows bunt. Puts it down in a good spot up the first base side. Johnson has to go a long way to get there, but his throw at first base is in time to retire Alexander. So tip of the cap for execution to Aiden Alexander. He'll get the sacrifice.
Great execution, but you got to produce a run here and get those runners moving. So good part of your lineup again, and we'll see what they can bring around.
At the plate for the Stars, the catcher, Reese Ratchford. Ratchford, 1 hit today. 1 for 5 officially. First pitch in the zone, called strike 1. Check that, make it 1 for 4, as he also walked back in the 5th inning. The smell of pizza starting to waft through the press box. That'll make my stomach growl. I apologize if you can hear it on the microphone. Does he check his swing? They say no, he went around.
And that's the pitch you go with, right? Outside pitch tail into the outside, so you can take that to right field. He knows it. He knows that's the one he wanted.
Loose ball gets away in the bullpen, so we'll have a temporary stoppage. Johnson again looks in for the signal, works the runner back. That pitch hit to the right side. Pretty deep. It should advance the base runner on a fly ball down to the corner. Catch is made out there by Mensick. The tag and the throw to third base by Hunter Lenahan. So 2 outs in the inning.
Third baseman number 21.
And again, an opportunity.
Did a job, put it out that right side, though. Would obviously like the line drive, but got him a little bit closer to home and better opportunity here.
Here's Jesse Fondaboa to bat for Oklahoma City. The 3-run home run in the 5th inning, a sacrifice fly run batted in the 8th. He's accounted for 4 of the 6 runs for his team. Let's see how carefully Johnson pitches to him, but another hard hitter awaiting on the deck, Trent Corrali. Ball 1 on the first pitch.
Infield playing deep, just wanted to knock down a ball and make that out here. Looks like outfield is pretty normal position.
Johnson and Grigsby get together on the sign. That was a hanging breaking ball that Fondaboa just got under it, a foul out of play. He'd like to have that pitch back.
That's the one he could have made Doane pay for a couple runs there.
Again, Johnson comes set. Sidearm delivery blocked up by Grigsby. Nice job by the Tigers shortstop, Narumi Okiasu, to back up the throw from the catcher. Chopped on the ground is short. Okiasu charges, gloves it on the short hop, on the money with his throw. And again, the defense comes up and does not allow a run in the inning. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left on base. So now 12 runners left on base by Oklahoma City. And it'll be the 9-1-2 part of the order for Doane as we head to the bottom half of the frame.
This is what you expect in championship series games. Neck and neck, and just hard playing baseball.
One more text in the queue. Doane is the best. Let's go. Thanks again to everybody who joined us today by sending along a text message, and those of you still with us as we head to the conclusion somewhere down the line in this elimination game. The season comes to an end for the losing team. The season continues with another game this afternoon against the Bellevue University Bruins. Doane, the number 2 seed, coming in with a 43-11 record, the champions of the Great Plains Athletic Conference regular season and postseason tournament. The Oklahoma City University Stars coming in at 21-20. They wound up in 3rd place in the regular season in the Sooner Athletic Conference, but then won the conference tournament to qualify for this opening round. 46 teams competing across the country to be part of the top 10 who will play in Lewiston, Idaho, beginning May 26th, I believe, is the date, at Lewis and Clark State University. Brett Meyer to lead things off for the Tigers in the bottom of the 10th. Tries to bunt his way on, but it goes foul. Doane has struggled a bit with their bunting game today, whether it be a sacrifice or an attempt to drag bunt base hit.
Seems like there's been some pop-ups and right to them, right to people. So an effective bunt game is dangerous if you can get it.
Fondaboa fields the one hopper. He'll throw a strike across the diamond and one away. Top of the order for the Tigers. Here's left fielder Joe Osborne. Osborne has reached today on a walk, a hit by pitch, and a single. Trying to find a way to get himself in scoring position. Breaking ball. That was hit to right center field. Chenier Rondeau keeps going back, keep drifting, and he does not make the play. It drops at his feet near the warning track.
He held him up at 2, but he could have probably gone 3, so we'll see here. It just looked like it was kept floating. He didn't know where the fence was, maybe lost in the sun a little.
So that'll be ruled a double for Joe Osborne, as Chenier Rondeau just didn't get back to the spot right away. As we said, just kept drifting. And so now the Tigers with an opportunity with a runner in scoring position and one out. Here's first baseman Lucas White. White can be very selective. Looking for his pitch early in the count. A breaking ball. That's a nice thrown breaking ball by Chad Pike.
That was a very nice pitch. Broke right in on him a little bit. Kind of buckled.
Pike with that great downward action on the breaking ball. Down and in to the left-handed batter. He'll look the runner back to second. Infielders should be playing deep here. Try to knock down everything. Keep it from getting through to the outfield. Again, the breaking ball, this time pulled foul. Now, you wanted a close, competitive ball game? That's what we've got. 6-6 our score, bottom of the 10th inning. White fouled back to the screen. Count remains 0-2.
And it looked like he was not expecting a fastball right there, and he really powered that in there.
White with 64 runs batted in on the season. An over 400 batting average. The guy the Tigers want at the plate. Swings and misses, chases the high fastball. As Chad Pike climbed the ladder on him, just kept elevating, and he'll get the strikeout. His 3rd strikeout of the game, 1 in each inning.
Number 38.
And it'll be up to right fielder Nate Mensick to deliver. Mensick 0 for 4, but he will be intentionally walked.
Designated hitter number 22, Christian.
To bring up Christian Yanez. We saw this back in the 8th inning as well, where Mensick was intentionally walked. But then Connor Ferguson walked Yanez as well before Chad Pike came on to end the inning. So let's see if the strategy works again for Oklahoma City or if Yanez can deliver. Overhand breaking ball called strike 1.
That was a good pitch, consistent all day long.
And that's a top flight breaking ball. I mean, it has nice movement downward and away from the right-handed batter. Again, the pitch. This time they say a little up, I guess.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that. I mean, you're getting some calls outside, but you're not getting any calls up from home plate umpire.
Yeah, that looked like it was close to the same spot on the outside edge, but he never brought that down.
1-1. Again, the breaking ball. Yanez lays off of that. 2-1 to count.
Let's go, Pike!
Pike delivers. Fouled back to the net. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pike wants to make it happen here on the 2-2 pitch rather than go to 3-2. That would give the runners an opportunity to get a head start on the bases. But first, a visit from the catcher, Reese Ratchford. They want to talk in person rather than flash down signals. No chance for the runner at second to relay to the batter.
Fans in the crowd giving the battery a little heckling, trying to speed him up a little bit, but I think that's smart, right? Get on the same page, 2-2 count, runners in scoring position. Got to make sure you're throwing the right pitch.
And here we go, back to the action. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Bottom of the 10th inning. 6-6 our score. Here's the pitch. Little chopper up the first base side, and it is a fair ball. Yanez thought it was going to go foul and didn't leave the batter's box. So Trent Corrali fields it, steps on the base, and the side is retired. We'll go to the 11th. No runs on 1 hit.
And I think
No errors
Corrali,
and 2 left on base.
I think Corrali was a little confused too. He didn't have any oomph in making that play. So, but it from here it looked like it hit right in fair territory.
Yeah, first base umpire was adamant on the call. Fair ball. It's the home plate umpire's responsibility. Fair or foul calls from home plate to first base. Once the ball travels past first base, it's the base umpire decision to make the call. Hey, we could play some more. Coming up with the 11th inning. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 spot of the order for Oklahoma City. And it'll be the 5, 6, 7 spot for Doane. Time for a little liquid refreshment. Well, the Broom Crew, who thought their day was done after the 7th inning, back out there once again, giving the infield dirt a little bit of attention. Bellevue University is the host school for this bracket. Bellevue does not play its regular season games here at Don Roddy. Instead, Bellevue plays at nearby John Stella Field at Brown Park, which is a field turf field, so much less maintenance involved over there.
Number 9, Trent Corrali.
John Stella Field, however, a smaller ballpark, does not necessarily go along with the dimensions needed to host an opening bracket. Only about 375 to straightaway center field at Brown Park, whereas it's 400 here. Back to the mound goes Jake Johnson. The game in his hands once again for Doane. First man he faces in the top of the 11th is the first baseman, Trent Corrali. Corrali's going to try to look for a pitch he can pull like he did back in the 5th inning when he had the solo home run. He has struck out twice since then, ahead in the count, 2-0. He'll be very selective here, looking for a pitch right down the heart of the plate, I would think. Lays off that pitch down low, a 3-0 count on Trent Corrali, leading off the top of the 11th inning. 2 hits on the day for Corrali, 5 hits in the tournament. Takes that pitch on the outside corner for a called strike one.
That one must not have been the high or the low. Right, they got that outside one on that one.
3 days of sitting has created bleacher butt for me, so I better stand for the rest of this one. That one off the outside edge, and a leadoff walk for Trent Corrali.
Right fielder.
So once again, an opportunity
Felix Rondeau.
to score a run and take the lead. Next up, right fielder Felix Chenier-Rondeau will have a pinch runner, however, at first base. Checking into the game for the Stars, number 3, Colin Pelton will pinch run for Trent Corali.
Runner at first base.
Chenier-Rondeau steps to the plate. Here's the decision for Coach Keith Lytle. Do you sacrifice bunt, your hottest hitter in the tournament? Chenier-Rondeau has 3 hits today, 8 hits in the tournament, including 3 doubles.
Pelton has 5 stolen bases on the year coming into the tournament, so we'll see if he's on the move, getting good dirt ball read.
Not showing bunt, Ben Grigsby with a nice play in the dirt to block that one from getting third. He's going to request the timeout to go talk to his pitcher and maybe give the bullpen a little bit more time to work. We think it was Kyler Beekman warming up down there last inning. Keep looking down there with the binoculars, but with no numbers on the front of the jersey, unless the pitcher turns around to show that back number, we're not quite sure.
This is the second extra inning game in an opening round we've hosted, and the longest one so far.
Foul out of play. Just the second extra inning game of the 4 opening round regionals that Bellevue has hosted. This is the longest now in the 11th inning. The others decided in 10. Chenier-Rondeau steps back in, 1-1 the count. Lays off that pitch off the outside edge.
And what's fun about this one is the last 2 innings, there's been runners in scoring position both sides. They've had chances, opportunity to hit them in, but great defensive plays. And
each team with 12 left on base so far. Again, off the outside edge. It's pretty obvious that Jake Johnson trying to hit the outside corner with all those pitches, just missing a little bit on the last 2. So a 3-1 hitters count pitch. Expect Chenier-Rondeau to come out of his shoes on the swing if it's in the zone. It is.
Like
he
that.
does, and say goodbye to that one. Right field and gone. Felix Chenier-Rondeau.
it was only a matter of time he was going to put a ride into one. And you're right, 3-1 count, got his pitch, and just turned on that thing.
Take an 8-6 lead.
I don't often call him in advance, but that one had all the makings of a long gone contact as Felix Chenier-Rondeau continues to swing a hot bat. 9 hits in the 3 games so far. A couple more RBIs to his total as well. That is his 12th home run on the season. And now 41 runs batted in, and now we will have the call to bullpen for Doane. As a great effort by Jake Johnson will come to an end here in the 11th inning. A huddle on the mound with the Doane team and their head coach as the change will be made. As they all get synced together with their signal chart. So 6 innings of relief work for Jake Johnson, but he is the pitcher of record on the losing side. All right, so
Kyler Beekman taking the mound. Has played in 17 games this year, has a record of 5-1, 3.32 ERA, 34 strikeouts, 11 walks. averages 8 strikeouts per 9 innings played. So probably just a hard throwing righty that is going to work low and try to get some outs here.
Beekman, a 6'3" junior out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Played at Elkhorn High School for his high school ball. Elkhorn, one of the western suburbs. Actually, it's part of the city of Omaha, formerly a western suburb, but was incorporated into the city of Omaha about a decade or so ago. He'll come on now with a 2-run deficit, trying to hold down the Stars for the rest of this 11th inning. Barrett, Williams, and Pike, the 3 scheduled batters, he will first face. And kind of interestingly, we look down to the Oklahoma City Star bullpen, and we see one of the coaches talking down there with Eli Davis, the guy who went 9 innings for the victory on day number 1. He's down in the bullpen, not sure if he'd be able to come on and close the door here or not. Maybe that's what the discussion is about.
And throwing a complete game on Monday, coming back on a Wednesday afternoon, that's tough, but there's not a single player in this dugout that said that wouldn't say they're ready, right, when they're fighting for the chance to go to the World Series.
And I'm not sure what the innings total is. Hey, Bill, what's the innings total? Can Pike come back in? The guy who's no limits. Okay. All right, so there's no pitching limits set by the NAIA. You can pitch 100 innings if you've got the arm for it, so we may see him come back in. But like now, we'll pay our attention to what's going on at plate. Here's left fielder Barrett Daniel. First pitch swinging. One hopper to the second baseman Lenahan, who makes a nice play, falling to his right side. 4-3 on the play.
Nice play across the body, jump back up, make that throw. Was still even bang, so he was hustling down that line.
And excuse me, wrong team again. Luke LaChance on that nice play. Sorry, Luke. Give you credit for making that nice defensive play. So 1 out. The next batter, the shortstop, Tristan Williams. The breaking ball from Beekman, a called strike 1. Line to the right side, Mensick on the run, and he'll grab it for the second out of the inning. Oh, nice job by Kyler Beekman coming on, retiring the first 2 men he has faced.
Number 8, Chad Pike.
Here's Chad Pike, the pitcher of record for the Stars after coming on in relief, the 3rd pitcher of the game for Oklahoma City. Beekman winds, delivers, swung on and missed on the rising fastball. Breaking ball, called strike 2.
This one's very similar to Chad Pike's actually breaking ball too. Breaks down and away. Both have a very nice curveball there.
Misses there. This is the 18th appearance on the season for Beekman. All of them as a reliever, has 5 saves. That's tops on the squad. Swing and a miss. So he dispatches the 3 men he faces, but not before the 2 runs on 1 hit. The home run by Felix Chenier-Rondeau. As we head to the bottom of the 11th inning, last chance for the Tigers. It's the Stars 8 and the Tigers 6.
Beekman came in and did his job. Got those outs, got them out of the inning, and now it's time for those bats to wake up in the bottom of the 11th. See what they can do to either extend this game or walk it off.
LaChance, Okayasu, and Nevels, the first 3 scheduled hitters. And it will be Chad Pike back to the mound to try to nail this one down for the Stars and advance to the championship game, which will start 50 minutes after the conclusion of this one.
And yeah, there's no need to bring anybody in besides Pike. He's hitting the strike zone. He's still got some velocity. not too tired after being a shortstop all game as well. If he gets in trouble, then there's a chance to maybe pull him. But right now, let's stick with him and see what he can do.
Nobody throwing in the Stars bullpen, so
A couple people down there just sitting, maybe stretching a little bit, but no warm-ups.
for the Tigers, they need to get at least one man on to bring the tying run to the plate. As the scoreboard has been cleared for the first 10 innings, we're now in the 11th. 8 runs on 15 hits for the Stars, 1 error. 6 runs on 9 hits for the Tigers. They've played errorless ball. All right, here we go with the bottom of the 11th inning. Second baseman, Luke LaChance. LaChance 1 for 5 today, 3 hits in the tournament. Chad Pike, a big deep breath before he begins his windup. The breaking ball swung on and missed. LaChance from Littleton, Colorado. He's a junior in eligibility. Plays a solid second base for the Tigers. Looks at that one up, 1-1.
Yeah, he's made some really good plays today. He's always in the right position.
LaChance, an on-base percentage of .358. Chop foul up the third base side. Down into the bullpen, the unoccupied bullpen. Good job by Kyler Beekman coming on to shut down the door, but the horse may have already been out of the barn. Let's see what happens here with the offense for the Tigers. Breaking ball blocked up by Ratchford. Both catchers have got to be getting pretty tired at this point of the game as well. Fastball on the outside corner for the called strike 3.
And the batter might not like that, but it's been called all day long. We've said it over and over and over again. You're not getting the up and down, but you are going to get the inside-outside.
So the 4th strikeout of the game for Chad Pike. 1 in each of the innings he has pitched. Next up, the shortstop, Narumi Okayasu. Backdoor breaking ball for a called strike 1. Okayasu has a couple of hits today, both of them going opposite field. Another backdoor breaking ball and another called strike.
Almost identical pitches there, too, and why change if they're that effective?
Let's see if Pike wastes one here. He does not, goes right at him. Okayasu follows it up the first base side. Oklahoma City fans hoping to cheer for a W here. Doane fans hoping to cheer that their team has been able to come back once again. That one's bounced past everybody to the screen. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, that hit something and went right over both the catcher and the umpire's head.
Fastball chopped to first. Corrali has difficulty with the footing, able to get it over to Pike covering. On the pitcher fielding practice executed by the Stars. 3-1 on that putout to retire Okayasu. And next to Matt, the final hope for Doane, third baseman Justin Nevels.
Yeah, Pike not only shows up to infield practice for shortstop, but he definitely showed up for PFP as well, didn't he?
Got the job done there. Nevels 1 hit on the game today, back in the 3rd inning. Trying to find a way to get on board. That pitch misses up, ball 1. Popped out of play. 1-1. A couple of the Oklahoma City fans with their cameras out, trying to record what they hope is the final out of this game. Again, a foul ball over the top.
And he's doing everything he can to fight it off. So really try to get something in play and get something going. You know, it's not over by any means. We've seen Doane hit all day long. 9 hits on the day and looking for one right now.
The Tigers just hoping for a base runner. Comebacker gets by and up the middle. Pike had a chance to field that, but it got behind him. and through.
It's a tough play to make. Tough play to knock down.
So Justin Nevels does what he had to do, gets the base hit, and now the tying run comes to the plate in the person of catcher Ben Grigsby. But it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for the Tigers. Logan Amick
Number 3.
will pinch hit. So the day will be done for Grigsby as he can't be re-entered for twice. So Logan Amick.
And Amick hitting 406 coming into the tournament. You know, looks to be more of a base hit, just a single hitter. He's got 39 singles, 8 doubles, 1 triple, and a home run, or 0 home runs. But just put it in play and see what he can do with it.
The sophomore out of Melbourne, Florida, takes a ball 1. So still hope for the Tigers. Still nail biting for the Stars. Breaking ball. Again, up a little high. 2-0 the count.
And those are dangerous. Not only not going to get that call, but those are the ones you can really sit and turn on.
Line for a base hit to right field. Logan Amick comes through to put runners at first and second. Back-to-back base hits. Justin Nevels, the tying runs both on base now with Nevels at second
Number 5.
and Amick at first. And a visit to the mound from the coaching staff of Oklahoma City. Nobody throwing in the bullpen, so unless they pull a surprise and pull somebody out of the dugout like they did last
Wouldn't
inning.
be the first time.
Yeah. So the slow walk again, just a little break the momentum timeout, a little composure timeout. And guess what? That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, but he's been warming up down there. It's like
Yes.
number 2, Eli Davis. Really come the hopes shut down. Chad Pike going back out to shortstop. Tristan Williams done for the day, but see what he can do to shut this down.
All right, so in case you didn't hear what Adam said, Eli Davis, the winning pitcher, a complete game, 9-inning effort against these same Tigers on Monday. Eli Davis will come on to try to get the save.
In the pitch for the Stars.
Davis, the Sooner Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Year, 16 appearances, now 17. His 16 previous appearances, all as a starter. This is his first relief appearance of the season. 12-2 his record, a 1.83 earned run average. The senior from Shawnee, Oklahoma. He had 12 strikeouts in 9 innings against Doane on Monday in the victory for the Stars. Hoping to shut the door here. Now, we talked about it, that he was conversing with the coaches down there, and we saw him throwing a little bit. Could have just been a bullpen session, but instead with some intent.
Like you said earlier, too, you got to win this one, right? So you got to kind of do whatever it takes. And so I think that conversation is how's the arm feel? Is it stretched out? Do you want to throw a pin? How do you feel coming in here? And like we said, too, is there's not a single player that's going to say, no, I'm not ready.
So for the Doane Tigers, center fielder Brett Meyer has the opportunity.
But hats off to Chad Pike for coming in and having a few really good innings.
On the outside corner, a called strike 1. Intensity level ratcheted up to as high as it could be. Davis sets at the belt. A double look to second base. Again, the breaking ball, and again gets the called strike. 0-2. Ratchford behind the plate, puts down the signal. Davis wants another one. Now he's got the one he wants. Runners get their lead at first and second. The 0-2 pitch on its way. Just off the outside edge, 1-2. Everybody kind of held their breath as that was a borderline pitch either way.
Either it was up or outside, 1-2 is he's humming it in there.
Meyer awaits. Breaking ball, chop foul. He'll get another pitch. .3:30 Central Time. This was supposed to be the start of game number 2, but obviously that's not going to happen. Game number 2 will start probably closer to 4:30 if this one comes to an end right now. That pitch blocked up in front, but on the wild pitch, both base runners will advance. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Here's a base hit, can tie it.
Great job by the catcher to block that, though. Even though they did extend a base, had to come back, they could have gone thing. Seen a lot of ball games at Roddy Field. My nephew actually catches out here, and so I've seen some go back there and some things turn the wrong way.
But it takes away the force play here, so now the ground ball out will have to be recorded at first by the infielders. That pitch fouled, banged around, and we'll do it again. Brett Meyer hanging tough at the plate for the Tigers. Eli Davis coming on to be asked to pick up the save after getting the win on Monday. The wind, the pitch, down low, count goes full. On deck, the top of the order, should Meyer reach. That's Joe Osborne awaiting on deck. Davis. The called strike 3 on the inside corner, kind of a late call. Meyer has words for the home plate umpire. The coaches barking at the home plate umpire as well.
8 runs.
The strikeout retires the side.
Tigers, 6 runs, 11.
No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. Our final score, the Oklahoma City Stars 8. The Doane University Tigers 6. 8 runs on 15 hits and 1 error for Oklahoma City. 6 runs on 11 hits and no errors for Doane. With the loss, the Doane University season comes to an end at 43-12. With the victory, Oklahoma City now 32-20. They will play again close to a 4:30 start against the Bellevue University Bruins, the #1 seed and the undefeated team left in this one.
And hate to going back to it, but you know, it may be a little inside, but it's been called all day. And so you got to be ready for that to really come in. And hats off to Doane, maybe in their season, but what a heck of a run for Doane in this championship series.
So a very competitive game. It's one of those games, I know it's a cliche, but it's a game where it's too bad somebody has to lose, but both teams able to put a very competitive game out there. 14 runners left on base, including 3 times the Tigers left the bases loaded. They'll look back at that as one of the opportunities, 3 of the opportunities that got away. All right, once again, game number 2 will begin, let's say 4:30. Right now it's 3:35, so somewhere around that time, Adam and I will be back on the air to bring that to you for the Bellevue Bruins. If they win over Oklahoma City, the tournament comes to an end. The Bruins punch their ticket to Lewiston, Idaho for the Avista World Series. If the Stars win the second game, then we'll be back here again tomorrow at noon for that championship game. Adam, any final thoughts on this one?
No, I mean, it's exactly what we expected, right? 26 hits in a game. We thought it would be a close game. Hard hitting, great defense, great offense. Like I said, hats off to Doane on a great season, and really looking forward to this next game between Bellevue and Oklahoma City.
All right, we'll be back in about 45 minutes or so. Come on back for a more exciting NAIA opening round baseball on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. For Adam Watts, I'm Mick Krupski. Thanks for joining us today. Come on back for more baseball right here on the Bruins Sports Network.